Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand and gentlemen move your hats for the playing of Castle Lane.
And we are back here on YSN getting ready to get this regional final started here between Cardinal Mooney and Girard. And we are here on YSN once again partnered with NFHS, National Federation of High School Association, to bring you this football game. Brought you a little pregame rush there, our own version, with the huge help. Chris Sigler in the booth with us tonight. We appreciate him being here. He's a huge help to us. He's our crew for the night, right, Vince?
One of the men that keep YSN running. So we're really, really fortunate to have him up here with us. Thank you, Chris.
One of the names that we call out weekly, DJ Yoakley, Brian Scott, Chris Sigler, all part of the team in the background. It's not one person. It is a team behind the curtain that really allows us to get up here and put these guys in the spotlight and call games to the level that this network broadcasts them.
It is a fantastic gift for the Mahoning Valley to have YSN a part of the story of the sports here. And other communities who have watched YSN have all commented like, wow, you guys are really lucky to have this because that is a legit operation. And so, yeah, every day I know Matt and I love to give thanks to be a part of this. So let's get at this.
Absolutely. Let's get after it, Coach. So setting the scene here. It is a packed house. We've got stands packed on both sides, and we're used to calling these games over at YSU. A lot of stands there. We don't see them this packed, and it's a great environment for a high school playoff football game.
Right, and the regional championship is on the line. That's a banner on the wall. No matter what happens after this, they'll always be remembered as a regional champion, and that's something you can never take away. And my goodness, I was a part of a regional championship team in 1990 when we beat Lake Catholic in multiple overtimes over at Mullencoff, and it's something you never forget.
Cardinal Mooney won the toss, deferred, so they will kick first. It's Jake Gugliotta out there teeing it up. Both teams eagerly. They've been out here just waiting, and they've been waiting so long they've had to warm up a little bit. We saw Gerard doing a little soccer-style warm-up as we've got too deep for Gerard to return this punt, trying to get some numbers.
Yeah, Matt, you're right. This has definitely got a big fight feel to it. There's tension in the air, and both programs very, very proud. Both very, very accomplished getting up to this. Girard, as we stated, undefeated in a very tough conference. Cardinal Mooney is getting back to where they used to be.
And here we go, underway in this regional final between Mooney and Girard. Received at the 5-yard line, taken to the far side, to the outside, trying to cut it back inside, and brought down finally at the 24-yard line. And that's where A.J. Pearson and company is going to start their first drive of the game on offense for Girard.
And we never talk about Tony Beatty as a special teams player, but he was getting blocked right there, fought through it to tackle the ball carrier on that cutback. Great play by Tony Beatty, because I'm not sure that runner is being tackled while we're talking right now, if he doesn't make that play.
A.J. Pearson once again leading his team out here. He is the son of head coach Pat Pearson, head coach Girard, and it's been one of the stars of this offense this year, a high-flying offense Gerard gets set for their first play of the ball game. Man in motion. Pearson back to pass. Looks. Fires. Throwing it out to the near side. Caught across the 25. And he's hit hard. Looked like by Kingston Powell there at the 27-yard line. And Mooney's got the ball. The ball came out. Rocco Zabel is holding the ball up high. Mooney takes over after the first play of the game.
Wow, just when I was going to comment that Mooney always gives up yards in that area of the field, they come up with the first big play of the game, and that is a biggie in terms of momentum because Girard clearly had done their film study. They ran off a couple of receivers deep, snuck a little guy out, and just perfect scouting from what Cardinal Mooney's been giving up this year on offensively. But turn of events, and you got to think I would let Vince Gentile get one to the end zone right here because Girard has got to be a little frazzled on that.
And I didn't see a ball on the ground. It might have been a strip there as they're tackling him. Nonetheless, there's no reviews in high school football. It's Mooney football right now. 1st and 10 from the Girard 29-yard line. Mooney with Gentile under center. Vinny Gentile got a couple men in motion. Going to toss to Ike Lake. Ike Lake to the secondary. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. Nice gainer on first down. It'll be 2nd and 1.
That's one of those little wrinkles, Matt, that we've talked about the last couple of weeks that Cardinal Mooney has implemented. That short little toss back, it almost acts as like an outside zone play, but with a toss allows Ike Lake to kind of survey the field a little bit, make the play, because Girard had that fitted up pretty well right there, but one little cut, and the gains, it's a pretty big gain on first down.
Coach, we talked about this pregame, about that outside. You described it perfectly, the outside zone, but taking away the handoff in the backfield. It's a toss play, gives Ike Lake some momentum to start that run. 2nd and 1 coming up. Gentile under center, stack eye formation, giving up the middle to Brady Desmond. Desmond's got a nice little game, but his first down still on his feet. They didn't blow the whistle yet. And he's got a first down at the 14-yard line.
Brady Desmond, along with Dom Letlow today, I identified as one of those X factors. You know, Brady Desmond won the game for them against Harding with a long touchdown run, and he's just one of those players on a team where you feel like you've got everybody bottled up, and all of a sudden number 4 comes out, and he can do everything. He's fast, he's violent, and he knows the game of football. So, you know, just when they think they have their bases covered, Brady Desmond gets a first down for the Cardinals.
Just underway here in the first quarter, 10:33 remaining in the first. 1st and 10 for Mooney. Ball at the Girard 14-yard line. Gentile in the shotgun formation this time. Desmond in motion. He's going to toss this one to Lake. Lake to the far side, trying to get outside, cuts it back inside across the 5, and he's brought down at the 1-yard line. It'll be first down and goal, Cardinal Mooney.
Now, there's another wrinkle from Coach Tim Marlowe that we have not seen. Desmond, the fullback on the left side in the sidecar, will motion over to the right, keep going, act as Ike Lake's lead blocker on the toss, and it outnumbers the defense there on the edge, and look at Ike Lake almost scores on it. Great little wrinkle that Girard didn't look like they had an answer for right there. Hard to defend that.
1st and goal from the 1. They got the stack eye formation. Last week they gave it to Zabel in this situation. Gentile under center. They're giving it to Zabel. Zabel's up the middle, and Rocco Zabel, touchdown, Cardinal Mooney. They take the early lead 6-0.
Yeah, that's another wrinkle that we saw last week that they implemented. Just give the ball straight to the up back, which, at least in my time seeing Cardinal Mooney, they've really never done. If they have, it was something that done very, very rarely. But when you got a guy as strong as Zabel, you know, who can just kind of make a couple yards whenever you need it, it's really, really a smart thing to do, and it paid off big for the Cardinals.
So 2 huge plays for Zabel so far. Comes up big with the turnover on the first play of the game, and then closes out with a touchdown to give Mooney the lead. Jake Gugliotta for the point after. It is up, and it is through. Cardinal Mooney takes an early lead, 7-0 over Girard in this regional final with 9:48 to play in the first quarter. We'll be back on your sports network.
'Tis the season for 10% off participating vendors at Sheely's when you donate to Columbiana Project Playground. Get your home holiday ready with these special purchase recliners, sofas, dining, and bedroom groups. Save up to $900 on select mattresses. And you're sure to make your home merry and bright with an extra 10% off participating vendors throughout the store. Now through December 6th, 10% off or 18-month special financing. Happy holidays from Sheely's.
What does it mean to be approved? I'm Tracy, and to me it means getting you to work on time, driving your kids to school, or going out and seeing the world. That's why I go the extra mile for my customers, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Back here on YSN from South Range High School, from Raiders Stadium. Cardinal Mooney with the early lead, 7-0 here. We're just underway here, just under 10 minutes to play in the first quarter as Gugliotta tees it up. Let's kick it off to Girard once again. Knuckler to about the 10-yard line. It's dropped, picked right back up. Looks like that's number 8. He's across the 10, trying to make his way to the far side, and a huge tackle. Now Mooney gang tackling and brought down. They're going to mark him forward progress at the 10, but Mooney with great coverage on that kickoff.
Tony Beatty again getting down there as fast as he can. He's another player that just plays reckless, with reckless intent and absolute destruction on his mind when he goes down there.
Looked like Jeremiah Hunter on the return there. Trying to get you numbers as best we can. They're kind of hard to see on these Girard jerseys. But A.J. Pearson, after only one play and the turnover on the toss play there, comes out for their second possession of the game here. See if they can answer to a little bit of adversity. Pearson in the shotgun formation, back to pass, throws. Nice little pitch and catch. First down and more, and across the 20 to the 22-yard line. Gerard trying to get some momentum.
Once again, there's Mooney giving up a couple yards in the flats. It's just the way their defensive lines that is a little soft spot, and I can guarantee you Coach Cochran and Coach Pearson saw that.
Quick play, first down and 10. Caught once again, breaks a tackle. He's across the 40. Are they marking him out? He's still running. I don't hear a whistle, and they will call him out. We were not hearing anything, and Mooney just kept pointing that he stepped out. They'll mark him for a short gain. And that's going to bring up second and about 6. I think they're going to mark it for a gain of 4.
Yeah, impossible to tell from our angle right there, but judging by the flow of the play, it looks like that's probably exactly what happened. But another great play designed by the Indians, which we expected nonetheless.
Braxton Sloan on the reception there. Pearson and Sloan looked like he moved a little bit early on that play, so we're going to get a second and 10. Jaden Wade, pardon me, was the receiver on that last one, and the far receiver will make it a second and 10. Braxton Sloan is the near side receiver. Pearson once again in the backfield by himself. Shotgun formation, looking, he's going to run this time. He's going to look and still throw. Got it, it's Sloan across the 40 to the 45. And brought down at the 48-yard line. They're going to mark him. Another first down for Gerard, and a big one.
And that is what we've seen Pearson do all year long. Pocket breaks down a little bit. Did his eyes ever not look upfield? Nope. He was looking like he could have gained 20 yards on the ground. Eyes were always up, always forward. The mark of great quarterbacks. Finds an open receiver in the middle of the field. Fantastic play.
Absolutely. First and 10 here, and we're going to get a quick timeout by the official. We'll see who it's on. I think they're going to – it's going to be a substitution here. I think the official's going to have number 3 there check out of the game, Jaden Wade. So number 13 replaces him as Tremaine Kennedy. So we'll set this thing up again, first and 10 for Gerard. We'll see if they choose to give it to Sam Scott. He hasn't had a touch yet. He's their bell cow back. First and 10 here, man in motion. Pearson back to pass, looking. He's going to roll out near side. Still probing. Got a man on him. He's going to throw it out of bounds wisely. Nice play, smart play by the quarterback there, Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson looks over to the boundary and sees a couple of really nice concept over there. Some crossing receivers causing a little bit of confusion from Mooney's defensive backs, but the pressure forced him to the other way where there wasn't any receivers. Big stop for Cardinal Mooney.
Second and 10, 8:40 to play in the first quarter. Pearson in the shotgun formation. Ball at the 49-yard line, just outside of Mooney territory. It's Pearson in the shotgun formation with Scott to his left side. Pearson going to take it himself up the middle, going to try to get to the outside, and Mooney once again is all over it. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 here.
Yeah, that's always a tough call on second down after you throw an incomplete pass on first down. Now you're looking at 3rd and 10. But, you're never really calling a bad play when you have Pearson behind it, blocking back. What he's done this year and the size and speed and athleticism of him. So that's the one thing about Gerard's offense I don't think Cardinal Mooney's seen this year is this offense is never out of it, really never behind the sticks.
Ball sitting right smack at the 50-yard line. Piercing looking. He's got some pressure, and he's going to be brought down. I think his knee was down before that ball got out of his hand. Let's see where the official marks it. Looked like it could have been grounding if he did get the pass off. And they will. They'll call it an incomplete pass, but they'll throw the flag for intentional grounding. So either way, it's going to be a big loss for Girard. 8:02 play here in the first quarter. Mooney up 7-0. We'll wait for the call.
Sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to talk over you there, but we knew Mooney was going to have to disguise its looks, disguise where the pressure's coming from, because Pearson's just too good pre-snap. It looks like Cardinal Mooney knows that, because that was a delayed blitz by Zabel, or he saw something that triggered him based on their game plan. But regardless, the chess match is going towards Cardinal Mooney at this point.
Cardinal Mooney was all over him, and specifically Zabel in a hurry there. He didn't even have time to decide whether he wanted to throw or run there, as Gerard's going to have no option other than to punt here. It's 4th and forever, as Luke Kohler and Jay Manningham are back deep for Mooney. And doing the punting tonight is Mario Lipinski for Girard. Going to snap the ball from the 30-yard line. He's standing around the 20. He's going to get the punt off. It's going to be a shallow punt, but it's going to be fielded by Manningham. Manningham's across the 50 and brought down at about the 49-yard line, just inside of Girard territory. That's where Mooney's going to take over with their second possession of the game.
Manningham tried to make a move there, but it was good coverage by the Indians. Now we're going to see, although Mooney is great field position as they had all week last week, the entire game, I think their starting field position average was inside Garrettsville's territory. But now we see that again here today. I think now their average starting field position is somewhere around the 30-yard line of Girard. So things are going Cardinal Mooney's way. But we're going to see now Girard's defense be able to kind of do what they do with an open field here.
They'll place the ball right at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 for Cardinal Mooney. Gentile under center. Got a man in motion. It's Powell. He's going to fake it. He's going to roll out to the far side. He's looking for Brenner. He's going to throw it a little bit deeper now, and he was looking for, it looked like Kingston Powell, and it's going to fall incomplete. Either that or Tony Jackson. Tony Blue Jackson, the intended receiver, had a touchdown last week.
Yeah, it looked like some of the spacing was a little off on that concept, that maybe Brenner could have got a little bit deeper on that route. I mean, I'm sure it was a speed out design just to kind of get out to the arrow to kind of get some linebackers going his way, but Gerard had that plugged up pretty well.
2nd and 10 upcoming for Mooney. Girard now already down 7-0. Got to make a stop here. Gentile under center. Toss far side to Lake. Lake's trying to get to the outside, and he does. He slips outside. He's across the 45 to about the 42-yard line. It won't be a first down, but it'll be close.
That's going to keep the Gerard coaches up at night, because they had that fitted perfectly. They triggered the safety right there. Instead of just shooting the hip, he kind of lunged a little bit and allowed Lake to kind of outrun that. But it's a good sign for Gerard that they have these plays scouted pretty well. But the athleticism of Ike Lake and a little bit of a premature tackle right there sprung Lake for a nice gain to set up a 3rd and short.
3rd and 2 upcoming, they'll call it. Ball at the 42-yard line of Girard. Gentile, short toss to Lake. Lake gets just across the line, and his momentum's going to carry him past the first down to the 39, a fresh set of downs for Mooney.
But you're right, Matt. Gerard's going to have to come up with something here to stop Cardinal Mooney's momentum and to do something to kind of get this game back in their favor. Although they're doing the best they can with a big play, their defense is digging in, pretty well, but the momentum still feels like it's on Cardinal Mooney's side this very, very early stages of the game, and they're dictating the tone of the game this early.
Just over 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Still very early on in this football game. Mooney leading 7-0 with the ball. Gentile under center. Stumbles. He's back to pass. He's going to throw. He's going to take a shot deep for Kingston Powell, and it's just out of the reach of Powell. A nice shot, though, from Gentile.
Max protection for the Cardinals, keeping pretty much everybody in there. Got to love Kingston Powell out there on one-on-one on anybody, because we've seen them connect on that throughout the year, Matt. And so nice play call. Good chance to take the spot in the league, because you don't think they're going to punt the ball right here, although Gerard's offense is obviously dangerous. But no huddle here for Mooney, as we've seen throughout the year.
Almost looked like a broken play the way Gentile stumbled off the center there, but ended up being a design pass. Gentile under center. Again, second down. And this time it's going to be Tyree Dawson. Tyree Dawson cuts it to the far side, trying to get outside and brought down very close to the marker at the 30-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him short. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Somehow Girard is going to have to figure out how to stop these jump cuts and these adjustments Mooney's running backs are making, because it's where they're getting their yards. Maybe Girard needs to kind of just back off on filling their run fits or something, but regardless, there's that little second move Mooney's running backs we've seen all year them do that creates that space for them. It's a talent that not every running back has to create, like, a yard of space with one jump cut, but Mooney's 3 running backs are absolutely gifted.
Absolutely. 3rd and 1 upcoming stack eye formation once again. This is where they gave it to Zabel last time. This time they're going to give it to Desmond, but it looked like somebody may have moved early, or we have a timeout. And it is going to be a false start. It looked like on one of the Mooney running backs, so it's going to back it up to a 3rd and 6.
I feel like Girard is going to have to adjust for that dive play sometime today, because Desmond just gets yards off of it no matter where he's at on the field. And it's not the most complicated play, but you almost feel like when they get in that formation, that anything could kind of happen. So there's a little bit of unease on everybody who's played them when they've come into that, because Tim Marlowe has been so creative out of it.
One of those games within the game here. You got 2 downs if you're Girard, 2 big downs to stop Mooney here, to try to get it back in your favor. Only down 7-0, try to get the ball back. Gentile in the shotgun formation, 3rd and 6. He's back to pass. He's rolling out. He's going to roll out far side, and he's going to take a shot downfield, and great coverage there. It looked like that was defended by Pearson. A.J. Pearson, the defensive back, also the quarterback on that play.
Yeah, not fooled at all. And Girard has shown that they have scouted Mooney very, very well. Mooney's athletes are making plays, and the unfortunate turn of events on the first play from scrimmage from Girard, but that play looks like they have seen that a few times throughout the year. So props to Girard's coaching staff for having that one scouted pretty well.
So we're going to have a holding call on the play, and it looks like Girard's going to accept, even with the incomplete pass there. So it's going to back it up. I think it's a smart move by Girard. It's going to be now 3rd and 16. Just confirming here. 3rd and 15 coming up for Mooney. So now you got 2 downs to get 15 yards. As you said, Coach, if you get a little bit here, they're in 4-down territory. Gentile gives to Lake. Lake cutting near side. He's trying to get to the outside, and he stumbles back at the 47-yard line. So this might be a punting situation, 4th and long for Mooney.
Yeah, you think it has to be. Cardinal Mooney's coaching staff has nothing but respect for Girard's offense, and there was one of those plays where, if was that Dawson that had the ball, didn't slip, we're looking at another big gain. It's just that jump cut that each running back has had when they get the ball is really throwing off Girard's run fits at this point. And it's really something that Girard has got to adjust to, which they did on that play.
Brady Desmond back to punt, gets it off. It's going to bounce its way around. Not going to be a return here. Mooney's going to let it bounce and stop it at the 4-yard line. We're going to take a quick break. It's Mooney 7, Girard nothing here. 4:57 remaining in the first quarter on YSN.
Are your windows letting in more than just the view? At Window Depot, we believe replacing your windows shouldn't be a hassle. Our experienced team handles everything from consultation to installation, making the process smooth and stress-free. Upgrade your home's comfort and energy efficiency effortlessly. Contact us today for a free consultation and discover how easy and affordable it can be.
Back here on YSN, Mooney 7, Girard nothing. Girard with the ball deep in their own territory, but nonetheless, they have the ball. Pearson back to pass, going to throw it deep, got a man up the middle, but just missed the moves intended for number 14, Mario Lipinski. And man, he had room to run if he brought that one in.
Matt, we talked about that just in the break. Girard has had success with their empty backfield sets, and that time all it was all verts. And when Cardinal Mooney's caught in a single high safety look, which they might have been in that scenario, all verts are it's really, really hard to cover. And it was wide open. Pearson just kind of overshot it.
And Garfield got Mooney on that with the first possession of the game last week, just up the middle seam to the tight end. And we'll see if Girard takes a little bit more advantage of that.
It looks like they're in the empty back set again. No, Pearson's got it back right there.
2nd and 10, 4:52 remaining. We're still in the first quarter. Pearson back to pass, standing in his own end zone. He's going to throw the screenplay, and trying to get out of the end zone is the back. It looked like Scott with the reception, and he is brought down just outside of his own goal line. So Cardinal Mooney putting the pressure on here. It's going to be 3rd and long, but most importantly, they're on the inch line in their own territory.
I'd go back to that all verts look right now. I don't see why not. I don't expect Gerard to play it conservatively here, because there's just no use to doing that.
And if you play do you take a quick shot, or do you risk having your punter back deep in the end zone? It's 3rd and long. Pearson looking to take a shot. Gets hit, and he gets the ball out. And it was intended for a receiver in the area of the receiver, so no grounding, but nonetheless, 4th down and long from the inch line in their own territory.
Yeah, I love Gerard's idea here. He spread out 5 receiver sets, empty backfield. What that does is give Pearson a chance to see the entire field, see where the pressure might be coming from. But when the pressure comes from their front 4, there's nothing you can do about it, and it eliminates everything. So good job for Cardinal Mooney's front 4 for creating a lot of pressure and completely collapsing that pocket.
I'll tell you what, Coach, if I'm a Girard fan right now, it's a win for me if you just get this punt off, because this is going to be a close punt, if Mooney, especially if they put the pressure on. Good snap, good punt, gets it away. Kohler on the reception at the 30. He's across the 25 to the 20, cutting near side, trying to get out of bounds, or trying to get outside, and brought down. It was number 9, Braxton Sloan, who's been all over the field defensively tonight. A great wrap-up by him to prevent a larger gain.
Yeah, Braxton Sloan almost broke down a little too long, too far away from a really, really dangerous player like Lou Kohler, but he was able to get the jersey and rally his team to the ball right there, because we've seen it all day today. Gerard has given up yards after contact, and we talked about the jump cuts too, and Mooney's runners are just so shifty, and they have such good instinct on the leverage and the pursuit angles that any team that they've seen this year gives them.
Cardinal Mooney now gets the ball just outside of the red zone at the 21-yard line. Gentile in the pistol formation. Going to give it to Lake. Lake's going to try to cut it up the middle. He's still going. He breaks a tackle. Still going, and brought down finally at the 13-yard line, deep into Girard territory.
Now, there's an example of something we kind of talked about all year from every team, including Cardinal Mooney, that we played. Sometimes defensive linemen can just get too far upfield and lose their leverage. And what happens there, we saw running lanes just open right up. They got good penetration right off the rip, but Ike Lake was able to find those natural seams that comes when defensive linemen are just kind of shooting off the ball.
3:33 to play here in the first quarter. Cardinal Mooney 7, Girard nothing. Mooney trying to extend their lead here. Now we have an eye left, it looks like, formation here. Desmond rotating to the right side. Fake given to Desmond up the middle, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Mooney extends their lead 13-0 over Girard.
That time, we saw that play earlier, but Desmond floated out as a lead blocker for Ike Lake. This time, cuts back for a counter. Come on, Tim Marlowe, what are you doing over here? I mean, that's just, we didn't see that all year.
We've seen so many variations of that play, though.
Amazing that he was the lead blocker on the first play. Again, come back with the counter, wide open. Oh, these two coaching staffs are fun to watch. Right now, the advantage has been in Cardinal Mooney. They've got a couple of good bounces, but my goodness, we're in for a run here.
As Gugliotta gets set for the point after here. Puts it up and through, and with 3:10 remaining just in the first quarter, Cardinal Mooney 14, Girard nothing. We'll be back here on YSN.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
For heating, cooling, and indoor air quality, the Mahoning Valley trusts MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning, offering worry-free repair, service, and installation. Call MP Vivo today for a free estimate.
MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. We're your energy efficient experts.
Back here on YSN, Cardinal Mooney coming off of a Brady Desmond touchdown run, 14-0 against Girard here from South Range High School from Raider Stadium. 3:10 remaining in the first quarter. Gugliotta gets it ready to go. And, Coach, we mentioned during the break, we've seen so many variations of that play. And you said we've never seen it out of the I formation, though. That reverse to Desmond?
Yeah. Just when you get the defense going one way, flowing to stop Ike Lake, Desmond comes back with the counter. Brilliant.
As this kick's going to knuckle out of bounds. Gugliotta likes to play that game where he knuckles it, and it worked a ton of times last week. This time it ends up out of bounds. Going to give good field position to Gerard to start this drive.
Yeah, so that's a little break that Girard needs right now, and they've shown that they can do things on offense. They just have to, close ranks here, do what they do best, and get Pearson out there and get some fast stuff because the pressure has just been a little overwhelming for the entire offense right now.
And talking to our buddy Chris Sigler in the booth here, mentioning it just seems like, when Girard gets down multiple scores, they're kind of out of the rhythm of their offense, what they like to do. And Mooney it's been a theme in the playoffs so far that Mooney's been doing that to teams. Let's see if that continues. Now, Girard can pass the ball. They can go no huddle. They can do a couple things. So they're not necessarily out of it quite yet.
No, that's the difference between Girard and I think everybody else that Cardinal Mooney has played this year is everybody's been running that wing T, they run single wing, they run all these things that when they get down, it's impossible for them to get back. Girard can strike at any minute.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, Girard. Here we go. Option play to the far side. Pearson's going to take himself across the 40. He's going to cut it up. He's got a first down.
Mooney has been susceptible to that play throughout the year, and even South Range scored on it early in the game. So, again, just the approach that Mooney runs on defense allows that area on the field to be a little bit, I don't want to say soft, but it's a part where it can be exploited.
Going quickly, Girard back to passes. Pearson, he's looking, he's got a man, and is Jay Manningham on the defense, almost comes up with another pick. And that pass was intended for Braxton Sloan.
If Pearson throws that more towards the sideline, that is an absolute touchdown. He threw it, the spacing was perfect. He just threw it in the coverage a little bit more towards the middle of the field than it should have been because he was wide open. He had nice leverage, came off the stem, and really got Tony Jackson off of it.
2:54 to play here in the first quarter. Pearson back to pass. He's going to throw it. He's got a man up the middle. It's caught and takes a couple Mooney guys to tackle him down at the 35-yard line. Girard in Mooney territory. That was Alan Hess-Cardona on the reception, the 6'2 fullback.
Just like we said, here we go, no huddle, fast working.
Here we go, Pearson, screen play, and Mooney's on him early after a 3-yard gain. Gerard going quick here.
I like that concept, but Mooney's defense, linebackers and defensive backs are just too fast for that to work on a long-term basis. I think those areas of the field are going to have to get yards on natural checkdowns and screens.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 33-yard line of Mooney. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Pearson up the middle. A gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 here with 2:10 to play still in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice, again, positive yards from Pearson on that, setting up a makeable 3rd down and definitely 2-down territory for Indians at this point in the game.
Pearson, the shotgun formation, Scott to his left side. Now they look over the sideline to get the play call. Clock ticking at 1:50 to play. Once again, the first quarter. Beautiful 45-degree clear night here in South Range. Pearson fakes, back to pass, looks, throws across the middle, and a huge hit by number 3, Tony Beatty. We've got a couple flags on the play. Might be a helmet-to-helmet.
Looks like that was I mean, again, in football 10 years ago, that's probably a clean hit. It didn't look like Beatty led with the top of his head. But within the rules now, it looks like that could have been called correctly from seeing it in real time. Another great play call, another great play call from Girard to hit that slant when those safeties are so deep.
And as we have an injured Girard Indian on the playing field, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here on YSN. We've got a score of Cardinal Mooney 14, Girard nothing, 1:28 to play in the first quarter.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
Back here on YSN, 1:28 remaining in the first quarter. Cardinal Mooney 14, Girard nothing. I'm Matt Romeo with the coach here, Vince Tatey here, bringing you this regional final matchup. And we had an injured Girard Indian on the field as we went to break. He walked off under his own power. That was Mario Lipinski after taking a tough hit. And that hit actually caused a targeting penalty, and that gives Girard a first down at the Mooney 18-yard line. So Girard in business. Fake option play near side. Here goes Pearson to the far side. Mooney all over it, though. No gainer on that first down.
I don't think Gerard or any team so far this year is going to, really do business off of stuff like that for Cardinal Mooney. Their linebackers are just too fast. And so what you're going to have to do is hit these plays really, really fast. Those options are okay, but those little quarterback counters, a great play call in normal circumstances. Mooney's deep linebackers with Brady Desmond and Rocco Zabel are just too much.
Clock ticking, just under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Pearson in the shotgun formation, back to pass, looking, throwing to his running back to the far side. It's Scott. He catches the ball, and he's brought down out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Going to bring up about a 3rd and about 6 here for Girard.
Those areas are going to be open all day. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I see these things right off before the snap, and I can just kind of almost feel Nick Cochran thinking that these are where the balls have to go. Cornerbacks have played a little soft. They sunk a little bit on coverage throughout the year for Mooney. Again, just their style of play, but it does leave a little bit of softness out there, and it depends, and it really puts the onus on the linebackers to get out there and make plays.
3rd and 7 upcoming. Girard trying to get on the scoreboard, throws it across the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Girard. Looks like that's number 6, Joey Algiers. 14-6.
There it is. Fast plays. You have to hit fast against this Cardinal Mooney defense. That's exactly what they did. Beautiful throw and catch for Pearson, his receiver on that slant right there. Just typical Girard football right there. Absolutely fantastic.
And a drive where Girard had to have it there. It was the most momentum they've had all night, and they strike to get on the scoreboard. 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Maxwell Erickson on to kick for Girard. And it is up and through. So Girard cuts into Mooney's lead here. It's Mooney 14, Girard 7 with 7 seconds to play in the first quarter. We'll be back on your sports network. Back here on YSN, Girard coming off of a A.J. Pearson touchdown pass to Joey Algiers to cut into Mooney's lead here and get on the scoreboard. 14-7 here. We'll have one more play potentially here in the first quarter. Been a long first quarter.
Lots of passing by both teams, actually, and a lot of incomplete passes, so that's going to stop the clock.
Zach Leedy is the kicker that does the the kicking off for Girard as it's received at the 30, across from 30 to the 40. Breaking tackles, he's close to midfield once again. That's number 7 for Cardinal Mooney.
That's Tyler Girard.
Girard with a nice return there, and Mooney's just
Logan. I'm sorry, Tyler's his brother.
Logan Girard. Mooney's been scoring with this field position the entire playoffs, like you said earlier.
Yeah, and look, and that's the old trestle ball right there. If you win that battle, you are going to win the game.
And with that return, that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. So we'll flip the field here. It's Mooney 14, Girard 7. We'll be back with the second quarter here on your sports network.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Holloway Insurance in Columbiana and Lisbon if Auto Owners make sense for you.
From Gia's to Giangelo's, we sure have grown over the years, but what hasn't changed is our appreciation for you. Thanks for choosing Giangelo's, and here's to many more years of great food and great times. Giangelo's.
Back here from South Range High School, it's Raiders Stadium here on YSN. Cardinal Mooney versus Girard. I'm Matt Romeo with Vince Tatey, my partner. And it is 14-7 Mooney over Girard so far. And Mooney going to start this second quarter with a 1st and 10 from their own 48. I can't remember the last time Cardinal Mooney started past the 40 in their own territory in recent games.
Oh my gosh, Girard's lined up in the Mooney backfield. You got to look, guy. He was on press coverage on a slot receiver.
That was.
I'm not trying to laugh at the young man, but I think he'll know.
So it'll be a 1st and 5 upcoming. What that reminded me of, Coach, like one of my kids when I yell at them, they look back. What did I do, Dad?
You can't be giving up 5 yards like that, my man. Let's go.
Shout out to Matthew and Amelia at home watching. 1st and 5 here. Ike Lake taking his momentum near the first down. They're going to mark it a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Looks like Mooney's going to close ranks here and get back to what they're going to be doing. I think we've seen a lot of the flash. Now it's time, even though it's with one lead, but you got to see how you got to really take into consideration how fast Gerard struck. And I don't want to say with ease, but they do what they do and they make it look like that. So you got to think on the other side, I'm going to run the ball right now for a little bit, kind of slow this game down.
Just underway here in the second quarter. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Mooney. And like you're saying, Coach, you make a great point. Is Mooney back to playing, let's control the game, let's play keep away from Girard a little bit, because Mooney did defer and they get the ball to open the second half. Pistol formation. Gentile going to toss it. This one's Beatty. He's going to try to get to the outside, but he's brought down in the backfield, and we might get a face mask call as we see a flag on the tackle there. So we'll check for the call here.
Going to be an unfortunate turn of events for the Indians because, once again, their run fits have been pretty solid.
Coach Pearson looking not happy with the call, so we're going to assume it's against Girard. Would be an automatic first down. They're going to wave the flag. So that loss, that's 2 different extremes there. Could have had a first down after the penalty for Mooney. Now they wave off the flag. It's going to be a loss there, and it's going to be 3rd and about 4 coming up. So big play for the Girard defense upcoming.
Oh, it looked like the ball was tackled farther back, but yeah, that's going to be where they spot the ball.
3rd down, pistol formation. Gentile backs all around him. And before we get that 3rd down play, I think we're going to get a reset of the play clock. 11:05 remaining in the half. Both teams still with all 3 timeouts remaining. And finally, we're going to get a timeout. As I say it, Mooney's going to take their first timeout of the half. So we will take a timeout ourselves. With 11:05 remaining in the first half, it's Cardinal Mooney 14, Girard 7. We'll be back with a big 3rd down upcoming for Mooney here on YSN.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication. passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors that you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Get back to doing the things you love. Regain your freedom from chronic pain without surgery or drugs. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our chiropractic services were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian Healthcare.
Back here on YSN, a big third down upcoming for Cardinal Mooney. They line up in that stack eye formation. Girard trying to make a stop here. It's given to Beatty up the middle, trying to cut it outside. Girard's all over it. Big loss, fourth down upcoming for Cardinal Mooney.
That was a lead play. You saw Gentile reverse out, and Beatty had two blockers in front of him leading up into the hole right there, but Girard has been getting off the ball exceptionally well today, and they really haven't even backed off, even when they've overrun some plays. But in the last couple of plays, we have seen them get to the point of contact, make those running backs stop and change direction early. It looks like Cardinal Mooney's going to go for it here.
And we're seeing a momentum shift, and I think Mooney might be seeing that momentum shift as well, as they're going to try to grab it back here with this fourth down attempt, and we're going to get another timeout for Cardinal Mooney. So Mooney uses their second timeout within about 3 plays, but a big play coming up if they're going to go for it on this fourth down. So we'll step aside, 10:24 remaining. 14-7 Mooney over Girard for now. Mooney with a big fourth down coming up. We'll be back here on YSN.
We shall taste one bite at a time. At Balleria, bite into a taste sensation. Bite into a taste delight. Good food and fun in combination. One bite at a time till it's out of sight. We shall taste one bite at a time. At Balleria.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and in Austintown at Greenwood Chevrolet, Santa left red tag savings. Now you can lease a brand new 2026 Silverado for as low as $233 per month. Greenwood Chevrolet.
Back here on YSN, we've got number 9 deep for Braxton Sloan for Girard. Desmond getting ready to punt it away. Mooney thought twice about going for it. Now they're going to play the field position game, as this punt is going to take a Mooney bounce at the 20, make its way to the 14-yard line, and that's where Girard, A.J. Pearson and company is going to take over with their next offensive possession.
This is that moment for Girard, at least one moment, at least the first one that Windows kind of showed them, that Destiny's kind of said, here's that moment. Now change your fate here. You can kind of erase that, the first down play that they had, the first play from scrimmage, a couple of the other momentum swings that Cardinal Mooney had, and really set this game back to 0 right now.
Girard slowly getting back on schedule here with the back and forth offensive possessions, trying to make up for that turnover early in the game. If they can strike here, it would be huge for the Indians. 1st and 10. As the officials are holding us up for some substitutions here. Whistle's blown. Here we go. Pearson give up the middle to Scott. He's going to keep himself far side. He's across the 15. Great fake there by A.J. Pearson, but minimal gain there on first down.
I will say this from my coaching days in Girard. Nick Cochran loves to go to the boundary side of the field. It's just something that's in his approach to the game. He likes the matchups there. He likes the timing of their offense there. And I remember many times where they've run down all the way down the field just on plays to the field side.
10:08 remaining here in the first half. Second and a long 9 upcoming. Girard kind of taking their time, not really feeling as rushed as they did last possession. Scott in motion, kept by Pearson. Pearson's up the middle and brought down, and leading the charge on the Mooney defense there, like number 52 on that tackle, Mike McGlone.
Yeah, I think Pearson might have saw something there because Mooney's backing off his DBs in almost like a true quarters kind of cover 4 type scenario where they're trying to keep everything in front of them. But again, Mooney's front 6, front 7 is just so good that it's hard to get any consistency doing that.
So 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Back to passes Pearson. Looking, fires to the outside, and it is caught for a 1st down. It looked like that's number 6, Joey Algiers, who caught the touchdown earlier.
One thing Nick Cochran has always loved is combos on their concepts. If you'll see like a guy with running a speed out and then a smash coming down in it, or anything that drives a corner away from the ball, something else is going to come there. It's just part of the creativity that Cochran has brought to that offense since the late 90s.
Fresh set it down. So Gerard, now on the flip side, with Gerard with the ball taking their time, are they trying to take it all the way down, punch it in right before the half? Because they know Mooney gets the ball to start the second half anyway. 1st and 10. Pearson, pump fake, looking to the far side now, throws it up for grabs. It is caught. Are they going to mark him in bounds? I don't think he got the foot down. It was Tyree Dawson actually ended up with the ball in his hands, but nonetheless, incomplete pass. See who it was intended for there. Pearson showing off his arm, which we saw in warm-ups earlier.
Good play call again. You'll see them just keeping defenses honest. Taking a play deep one time is going to get those corners thinking deep. Look for some break off early very, very soon. They don't wait to make adjustments like that when they've got something going. Mooney bringing up those corners in press coverage now.
2nd and 9. That pass was intended for Sloan. This time it's an option play far side to Scott. Scott is brought down at the 30, and it will bring up another 3rd and 6 for Girard.
Now we see Mooney adjusting a little bit to some of the things that they gave up yards on, especially that option. That was something that we had both identified before the game that Mooney could be soft on and give up some yardage on, but not right there, especially to the fields or to the boundary side.
9:05 remaining here in the half. It is a 3rd and 6 upcoming. Pearson in the shotgun formation. Back to pass. Looking. He's got a man wide open to the near side, and it overthrows his intended receiver, Joey Algiers. And he had a ton of room to run if he would have brought that one in.
We said it like maybe a possession ago. Those plays need to be natural, and you run off DBs, have somebody sneak in. And I just knew all week that the way that Gerard thinks, those plays were going to be there all day. Pearson's got to hit that.
And it'll bring up a 4th down situation here. It appears that Gerard's going to punt this one. Their punter's a little bit shallow, it looks like. High snap, looking, he's going to run it up the middle, and he's not going to get it. And Gerard's going to turn it over deep in their own territory at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Brian Lyons coming up with the play there. And, you noticed it right from the formation that punter was up a little bit. I don't even know if the long snapper knew his alignment, because it was almost over his head, which really could have been bad, and continued that awful streak that we've had, that trend at least now that we've had throughout the year.
This has been the year of the high snap, Coach.
But nonetheless, a turnover on downs for the Indians, and a very unfortunate turn. It's always unfortunate, but especially when they had that opportunity to get that momentum back.
They had the they had the momentum on their side a little bit there, and they just gave it right back with turning it over on 4th down there. Hindsight's 20/20, but a tough go of it there for Girard. 1st down, trips formation near side for Mooney. Gentile in the shotgun formation. Gentile looking back to pass. Throwing to the outside near the 20. It's caught by Schiraldi. Mike Schiraldi across the 10 to the 5, and he's going to push his way in for a Cardinal Mooney touchdown off the turnover. Mooney extends their lead 20-7 over Girard.
Would have done that 10 out of 10 times off that turnover on downs. Throw deep. That time, once Mooney comes with a formation like that flex trips formation out there, that bunch, that something's going to come out of it. Mike Schiraldi just kind of made a little hitch out of it. A couple receivers ran off, and there he was with the ball and a dash to the end zone.
A 30-yard touchdown pass from Vinny Gentile to Mike Schiraldi as Gugliotta looks to tack the point on. It is up, it is through, and Cardinal Mooney extends their lead 21-7 over Girard with 8:17 remaining here in the first half. We'll be back on YSN.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String, Isle, and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be open GABA camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Coatesville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
For heating, cooling, and indoor air quality, the Mahoning Valley trusts MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning, offering worry-free repair, service, and installation. Call MP Vivo today for a free estimate.
MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. We're your energy efficient experts.
Back here on YSN from South Range High School, Raiders Stadium. I'm Matt Romeo with Vince Tatey here on the call. Your Sports Network, Cardinal Mooney 21, Girard 7, as Jake Gugliotta tees it up to kick it off to Girard here off the 30-yard touchdown pass from Vinny Gentile to Mike Schiraldi. 3 men back deep for Girard as they have all game. This one's going to sail into the end zone, and we'll get A.J. Pearson and company coming out to start their next possession from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you wonder if that fake punt was planned or what was happening there, but nonetheless, really, really another unfortunate turn of events. It's just kind of one of those things that you feel like things aren't really going well, or this is Girard's night when things like that happen. So we're going to find out what kind of momentum they can seize.
You know, the
right
fake
now.
punt looked a little bit rushed, but we could tell that he was a little bit shallow than normal when he was back deep to punt it. So it looked like that was the play call, but maybe the high snap might have thrown off the timing. 8:17 remaining here in the first half. Pearson and Scott in the backfield together. Scott run up the middle and gets about 4 yards. It'll bring up second down.
Still a lot of time, obviously. We say that all the time because I think we tend to put a little too much weight on every single moment of the games. But Girard obviously not going to panic because they know they can come back from whatever they're doing. But it is all a good chance to kind of close ranks here and bring that offense in and maybe set up something to think in a little bit down the line. No need to kind of freak out.
One thing I think Girard has to do is establish the run game. We talked to our buddy here, Chris Sigler, in the booth with us about his Pearson back to pass rolling out to the far side. He's going to throw it to nobody on the sidelines. It looked like he saw his lineman, big number 72, and thought maybe that was a receiver, but Mooney asking for a grounding here. And there is going to be a flag. You know, he's not outside the pocket there. There's nobody in the vicinity. Just throws it away. The officials pull the flag for grounding.
Yeah, pretty sound call. I think it almost looked like Pearson thought there might have been a safety out there, something that he could have checked down to. But he just kind of threw it off into the Cardinal Mooney bench.
So now Girard really going to be up against it as they place the ball back at their own 8-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and forever. It's going to be about third and 21, I believe, if my math is correct there, Coach. You're the teacher in this duo here.
But math is not the subject.
Pierce back to pass. He's looking, he's firing, he's got a man across the middle. It's caught, what a catch. And he holds on to it after he takes a hit. He's still on his feet across the 50. What a catch and run. That's number 3, Jaden Wade, with the play of the game so far for Girard.
Just loving that seam going down the middle of the field. So Cardinal Mooney, you got the 2 high safeties. There's really nothing else you know to run right there. You're not going to do it with a single high safety. So they notice that and exploit it fast.
1st and 10 from the Mooney 48. Pearson now looking. He's rolling out to the far side. Still probing. Going to throw it. Got him on the sideline, and it's going to be out of the reach of him, falling complete out of bounds. Intended for number 6, Joey Algiers.
Pressure from Cardinal Mooney coming from Mike McGlone there on the end. But Pearson able to outrun it, and the receiver was there. I think what Coach Cochran's going to have a talk with Pearson is just settling down a little bit, setting your feet, squaring your shoulders because there's open receivers all over the place. I'm pretty sure that they're not used to the speed of Cardinal Mooney's defense. I'm pretty sure they haven't seen one that's that fast and that athletic. So, at halftime, it's going to be something they have to talk about.
2nd and 10 coming off of that huge first down play, a 44-yard pass from Pearson to number 3, Jaden Wade. 2nd down and 10. Pearson back to pass, looking. He's going to take a shot deep, and it will fall incomplete. Out of the reach of number 6 once again, Joey Algiers. He's been going to him a lot tonight.
Tony Beatty's been running all over the place, covering kicks all over the place at safety, running the ball. That time, a little wheel route came up, and Beatty was having none of it. Both these teams have been so well scouted by their coaching staffs that we've seen some adjustments here and there, but for the most part, everything has been fitted up pretty well.
7:01 remaining here in the half. 3rd down and 10 upcoming for Girard. Pearson back to pass. Firing. Got a man to the outside. It's Algiers. Algiers stretches it across the first down. I don't know if they'll mark it as a first down. It's spotted at the 39-yard line of Girard. They're going to call it a 4th down and short.
Yeah, he did a good job of pushing that ball over the first down marker, but this is a no-brainer here for Coach Pearson and his Indians. They have to go for it.
So 4th down and 1. He was brought down. They marked him down at the 39 to get to the first down. They need to get to the 38, and you just got to wonder where his foot was when he stretched that ball across the marker. But nonetheless, 4th and 1. Pearson trying to go hard count here. Now looking back at Coach, and it looks like Coach Pearson is going to take his first time out of the half.
Yeah, no need to rush this right now. This is a very, very pivotal point of this game, and you got to make the right call.
So huge play coming up. Mooney up 21-7 over Girard. 6:55 remaining in the first half. We'll be right back after this on YSN.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Students come to Westminster with goals as unique as we are. Some know the career we want, some know the major we want, and for some, the goal is figuring it out. But no matter how we get here, we all graduate the same way, ready to succeed.
Back here from South Range High School, Raider Stadium, 6:55 remaining in the half. Big play upcoming for Girard. They're down 21-7. They've got a big 4th down. Pearson takes a direct snap. He's going to get it across the first down. And still on his feet, pushing the pile. They're going to mark him down at the 34. And a fresh set of downs for the Indians.
Good call from Pearson and his staff. The only way you're going to beat Cardinal Mooney's defense is to run at them and make quick decisions and get to spots faster. Too good. They're too fast. They'll recover off misdirection, off of things like that. So great play call. Just getting you're probably your best player on offense behind the back and plunging in for a first down.
And Girard, early in this game, they've been forced to kind of show that they can throw the ball. Can they get that run game going? I mentioned earlier we were talking to Chris Sigler in the booth with us, which we are so appreciative of him doing all the background stuff about this run game. And Scott, as Pearson takes it up the middle here, we're going to get a flag on the play on first down. But can they get Scott, their bell cow, going? He's yet to show up in this football game.
Yeah, it would definitely help them in order to kind of get those linebackers to at least look into the backfield and think about the run. Right now, they're just able to kind of drop their feet and get back into coverage, cover those hook to corners, get out to the flats real fast. Hook to curls, get out to the flats real fast. But you're right, Matt. In order to kind of stop that from happening, going to have a little bit of an inside run game going.
Looks like an illegal shift against Girard. It's going to back them up here and will create a first down. First down and 14 here upcoming for the Indians. Pearson in shotgun formation. Back to pass. Looking, rolling out to the far side. Got some pressure from McGlone. McGlone diving, and he takes a hard hit. It's going to fall incomplete, and we've got a flag on the play. And I'm wondering if it's not another targeting play as he took a hard hit up high.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from our vantage point up here, especially with the play going so fast and going away from us. But it was definitely right in that vicinity. You can see the flag sitting right there where the hit was made.
And this is a huge call as Girard was kind of up against it behind the sticks. But it does look like it's going to go the way of Girard as Mooney starts to back up on the field. And targeting was the call. That's the second targeting call against Mooney tonight, and it's going to give Girard an automatic first down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Mooney's been playing so fast and so aggressive. You just hope if you're their coaches that that's not going to create some hesitation in their how they get to the ball.
So 5:59 remaining. Girard's got a fresh set of downs now just outside the red zone. Down 2 scores here, 21-7. And is the strategy to try to choose some more clock and then punch it in right before the half?
I think Girard will do whatever they have to do in order to make the right play call.
Pearson in the shotgun formation, option play. Toss out to number 8. He's cutting it back inside across the 15 and a shoestring tackle. Rocco Zabel with a touchdown saving tackle at the 12-yard line. That's Jeremiah Hunter on the toss play.
The option is giving Mooney problems throughout the playoffs and throughout the year, too. I think we saw Chardon score on one and a couple others, but it really puts a lot of stress on, even they have great athletes out there like Johnny Brenner and Rocco Zabel, but it really, really puts stress on that perimeter. And Gerard's very good at it.
And we've seen a lot of Jeremiah Hunter on the field as Pearson keeps it himself. He's up the middle trying to get to the outside, but Mooney does a great job of gang tackling there. Knocks him down after a gain of about 3, and we're going to get another flag. I saw that ball pop out late.
Yeah, it looks like the way they're pushing Jay Manningham away from the play, and he's got his hands up in the air.
Usually means did something.
Yeah, he did something, and Mooney losing a little bit of patience, composure right there. That ball flung out of the pile back down towards midfield. And it looks like, is that an unsportsmanlike? Delay of game penalty for doing that.
Yep.
Okay, he probably just threw the ball.
That's a rare sign you see from the official. Delay a game on the defense, but we saw that ball pop out there, and it looks like maybe a little bit of extracurriculars after the play there. So nonetheless, it'll be first down, and they'll mark it at the 5. They're still showing the sticks at the 2. It'll be second down and 2. Ball marked at the 5. They can get to the 2-yard line for a first down there. Pearson, shotgun formation, man in motion. Option play once again. Toss outside, cutting it back inside. And once again, that's Jeremiah Hunter brought down for a minimal gain. He's not going to have the first. It'll be 3rd and short coming up.
Yeah, the toss was a little behind the running back right there, so causing him to hesitate just enough for Mooney to get to it.
Going fast. It's Pearson up the middle, and he stopped Brenner trying to grab him, still on his feet, but they're going to mark him down for forward progress, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 3. We've got 4:40 remaining in the first half.
Stick went back a little, like less than a yard there, so I don't know. He might have lost a little bit of yardage at that moment. Here's another big moment for the Indians.
4:27 remaining, clock ticking. Girard with a huge 4th down ahead.
Not so sure a field goal is an incredibly awful thing to think about right now. Some points on the board.
And we're going to get a timeout. It's going to be taken by the officials. The flow of this game hasn't necessarily been there at times. A lot of official stoppages, a lot of flags. They'll wind the clock now, 4:13 remaining here. Mooney with 1 timeout remaining. Girard with 2 for the half.
This is where that spread offense kind of gets a little pushed because they're down so close to the goal line.
Pearson by himself. He's going to fake to Hunter. He's going to try to roll out far side. Mooney's all over it, trying to throw it to the end zone, and it is caught. Did that ball hit the ground? Did he get the pass off? They are calling it a touchdown for Girard. What a throw by A.J. Pearson to number 3, Jaden Wade. It was a diving catch. It popped up in the air, and it fell right in his lap in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow, that's, I think if you want to identify one possible theme of this game so far, it's been athletes making plays, because both coaching staffs have really been on point, and now the only thing left to do is for these athletes to make plays, and Pearson does an amazing job of keeping those eyes off field, just throwing it up just enough for his receiver to kind of get under it, making a highlight reel catch.
That was a Patrick Mahomes-like throw. Maxwell Erickson on for the point after. Good snap, good hold. It is up and through. So after an incredible touchdown pass from Pearson, an 80-yard drive concludes with a touchdown, and it ends up Girard cutting into Mooney's lead. Mooney 21, Girard 14. We've got 3:48 remaining in the first half. We'll be back here on YSN.
The ins and outs of everyday life can be chaotic. This is how every hectic day should end. Get any one of these hot tubs for less than $189 a month. And for right now, you can run on dealer money, which is 0% APR for 72 months. Your escape is just a step away. Visit your favorite location or burnettpools.com/Vita-spas for a quote today.
At Joe Dickey Electric, no job is too big or too small. With over 65 years of commercial, industrial, residential, and 24/7 emergency services, you can trust the experts at Joe Dickey Electric, because we are everything electrical.
Back here on YSN, we've got a good one. Cardinal Mooney 21, Girard 14, off of an incredible offensive play for Girard. A.J. Pearson throwing it basically just about 6 inches off the ground to Jaden Wade, who was diving. That ball was probably an inch off the ground. As he catches it, tips it up to himself and into his lap, laying down in the end zone for a touchdown.
Just in time for Thanksgiving, and some turkey bowl antics right there, no doubt.
Zach Leedy kicks off as a squib kick, and it's bobbled. Picks it back up. It's number 55. Keywan Dean, and he's brought backwards, but I think they're going to mark forward progress at the 30-yard line. Starting to get chippy down there, Coach.
It's getting chippy, and it's getting weird. And, the way these two teams, as much as they have so much support and have accomplished so much, you expected, nonetheless, a little bit of emotions kind of are going to come out eventually, and then referees are now discussing another infraction.
As this game progressively gets chippier, this game started pretty, teams respecting one another pretty well. I'm not saying that they don't, but things are starting to intensify as we get deeper in this game, and they should.
One thing that Gerard did, not that any other teams do, but Gerard is never going to back down from anybody. And now there's Cardinal Mooney. You don't win all 8 state championships in your program's history by ever backing down from a fight, the lack of a better phrase there. But, we expected fireworks today, and, in the spirit of competition, we hope that these get quelled a little bit and we get back to leaving the aggression between the snaps.
So we're going to get a personal foul, unnecessary roughness against Mooney. They're going to mark that ball. That's going to actually be against Girard, so they're going to walk it up there. I think as one of the Mooney players was walking away from the play, I think he was just nudged by a Girard player. But nonetheless, they're going to mark that ball up at the 48-yard line. Once again, Cardinal Mooney is going to start in tremendous field position once they figure out where to spot the ball exactly. It will be at the 48, but Gerard carrying on the trend from last week. There were over 30 penalties in that Gerard Poland game, and they're racking up once again this week.
So the key will be for both teams, especially Mooney at this point, to keep composure, do what you do, and go to business.
3:38 remaining in the first half. Mooney with 1 timeout remaining. Girard with 2.
I'm seeing Tony Jackson down here on one-on-one coverage, and I wonder if Coach Marlowe sees the same thing.
1st and 10, Gentile in the shotgun formation with a back to his right side, Lake, and he's back to pass. Gentile's going to take a shot downfield. He's got Kingston Powell wide open and trying to break a tackle. Brought down at the 15-yard line. What a pass from Gentile. A 35-yard gain on 1st down.
Yeah, there it was. I thought it was going to go to Blue right down there on our side of the field, but Kingston Powell is, one of the best route runners we're going to see, and he just gets leverage on it. It doesn't matter if he's really covered or not.
And he had momentum. He had the ball. He had a couple yards on the defender, but him and Blue Jackson there almost collided there after the catch. And allowed the defender to catch up and bring him down. 1st down and 10 in the red zone here of Girard. Toss far side to Lake. Lake cutting it back up the middle. Lake still in the pile, still carrying that pile. And he's got a 9-yard gain there. It's going to be 2nd down from the 6.
You can almost see the design of that play right there. They get the pursuit to go over pursue it a little bit. Mooney's block is what they call a knockout block, kind of just takes the defense where it wants to go. Lake finds that seam that's created, and it's really worked very well for Cardinal Mooney all season long, or at least the last couple of weeks when we've seen that short toss.
2:30 remaining in the half here. 2nd and short here. Ball just outside the 5-yard line. Stack eye formation for Mooney. Zabel is the up back, followed by Desmond, followed by Lake. Gentile's going to give it to Desmond. Desmond cuts outside to the far side. He backs his way in for a Mooney touchdown. And 2:13 remaining in the half. Cardinal Mooney extends their lead 27-14.
Brady Desmond just so dangerous in that stacked eye and as that fullback spot. Has all the speed and aggression that you're going to want from a fullback. He's a natural fullback. Probably can play tailback on a lot of teams, but that's been very, very productive for them. Almost really, really hard to stop.
Brady Desmond with a 5-yard touchdown run. Gugliotta for the point after here. It is up and through. Every point matters in this one. Cardinal Mooney 28, Girard 14. We've got 2:13 remaining here, still in the first half. We'll be back here on YSN.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Back here on YSN, this regional final game from South Range High School. I'm Matt Romeo. With my partner Vince Tahiti, Chris Sigler in the background doing all the work behind the scenes here. Very much appreciate him as Gugliotta kicks this thing off to Gerard after a 5-yard touchdown run by Brady Desmond. Now returning, man who just scored the touchdown. He's past the 30. That's Jaden Wade, and they'll mark him down at about the 34-yard line. We've got some more yellow on the field, and it looks like it's going to go against Girard.
Well, we talked about Mooney holding his composure right there. Now it's Girard that's its composure has caused some problems for them, especially with that penalty, as we spoke about on the break with Chris and Matt, that gave them 15 yards of field position, something that Cardinal Mooney doesn't need. And it really was a big moment in getting the ball down the field in 2 or 3 plays, and Mooney taking that 2-score lead again.
I think that changed the complexion of that drive for Mooney because, they figure they get a free 15 yards. Let's take a shot from midfield here, and they sure did, and they got a big gainer out of it, put them in the red zone. So 1st and 10 here. Coach Pearson having a word with the official on the sideline, and the officials having words with each other. So we've got 2:06 remaining here in the first half. 2 timeouts remaining for Girard. They're going to finally mark this ball back to the 16-yard line. Girard in their own territory. Girard definitely has to be feeling the pressure to try to punch one in by the end of the first half here. Mooney starts the second half with the ball.
Yeah, that's, we talk about that all the time, but that's important.
Pearson in the shotgun formation with Hunter next to him. He's going to roll out far side, looking, probing, and he throws it. He overthrows his intended receiver. That was number 9, Braxton Sloan.
Keywan Dean adding the pressure right there as McGlone did a good job of sealing the edge, so Pearson really couldn't get outside of him.
2nd and 10 upcoming, just under 2 minutes to play. Spot the ball near side hash. Players of the game so far, I'd say for Girard on offense, would be Joey Algiers and Jaden Wade, the 2 playmaking receivers. Pearson's favorite targets so far tonight. As we'll get a whistle here before the snap. And we're going to get a timeout for Girard as they're going to take their second of the half. So we'll step aside, take a timeout ourselves. 1:59 remaining here in the first half. Mooney 28, Girard 14. We'll be back here on YSN.
When you think about the team and how your team at Myers Family Insurance has changed over the years, they obviously went through a lot, during this time as well.
The community has been awesome. I mean, they've been here for us. I'd like to think that we've always been there for them, and we'll continue to be there for them. But it takes a village.
Just like always, for all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
We're back here on YSN. Mooney 28, Girard 14. 1:59 remaining here in the first half. Each team with 1 timeout remaining for the half. 2nd and 10 for Girard. Pearson lines up in the shotgun formation. He's going to take himself up the middle, and Mooney has been all over that all night. And we've got some more extracurriculars going on the near side of the field. And we're going to get another flag. Add it up, Chris.
Yeah, I can't tell by the way Tyree Dawson's reacting. It's going to be on Girard right there. But, if that's the case, then, Girard's got to do something to kind of get the emotions back in check and channel it towards something positive here because, you understand it's, you haven't lost a game all year. You're down 14 heading into halftime with the season on the line and a regional championship in the balance. But composure is key for both teams. We've seen both teams kind of lose it once or twice here. And we know that there's a lot of emotions, but part of this game is being able to play with them.
It looks like the official's getting ready to walk it off towards the Mooney side, but I can't tell. I saw 2 flags being thrown on that, and maybe they're talking about the same player or maybe offsetting fouls there, but we'll get it right now. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Girard, so it will be against the Indians, and penalties have been really hurting them. I believe Jaden Wade was the culprit there. It'll now be 2nd down at 7. I believe it'll be 3rd down. So 3rd down now. Ball placed at the 7. They'll have to get to the 26 for a 1st down. So 3rd and 20. So that was after the play, down counted, and then they mark it off after play. A lot of pressure on Pearson. He just has no choice but to throw it away. It was in the direction of Wade there, so it doesn't look like it'll be grounding, but the pressure was on, and he was hit hard by a couple of Mooney Cardinals after he released that ball.
Tony Beatty is on another level tonight. He is playing hard and fast, and you got to kind of watch where he's out on the field because destruction and chaos have been following him.
4th and 20 now, 1:42 remaining, and Girard's going to have no choice here but to punt the ball. As Mario Lipinski comes on to punt this one away, Luke Kohler and Jay Manningham back deep. Mooney's going to have an opportunity to punch another one in and go 2 for 1 to end the first half.
And you can bet with about how chippy this game is going that they're going to definitely get after it.
And before we get the punt, we will get a timeout. And it will be Girard's last timeout of the first half. We'll step aside, take a timeout ourselves. 1:42 remaining in the first half. Mooney 28, Girard 14. We'll be back on YSN.
You might get 15 minutes to yourself every day. Would you rather spend it in your old, outdated shower or in a new, beautiful, low-maintenance shower? At Home Team and Window Depot, we turn your dreams into reality without the hassle. Our team handles everything from design to installation. You just sit back and enjoy the transformation. No mess, no stress, just a stunning new bathroom tailored to you. Contact us today for a free consultation and discover how easy and affordable it can be.
Gosh, if they didn't have that
back here on YSN, it is 28-14 in favor of Mooney so far. Mooney's going to get the ball right back. We were discussing that back-breaking penalty on Girard there. Just got to keep your composure, right, Coach?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'm not going to fault any young man for playing aggressively, but
Kohler receives it at 35, still on his feet, delivering a hit at the 28, and finally brought down deep inside Girard's territory.
Yeah, this game is only going to get more intense with these two programs that aren't used to, that are just used to going nose to nose with everybody. So I can tell you from experience that the Cardinal Mooney's players are extremely hard-nosed. A lot of toughness over there that they've developed over the years under Coach Fellini, and Gerard's the same way. That toughness is just bred in that community. So really we're going to see hopefully just keeping it interesting and intense and nothing that boils over. But nonetheless, regardless of what the score is going to be, this game's intensity is not going to decrease.
Cardinal Mooney in great position now with 1:28 remaining here in the first half to punch another one in. And once again, they do get the ball to begin the second half. So trying to double dip here, go 2 for 1. Gentile with 3 receivers to the far side. Last time they threw it outside. This time they're going to give it to Lake to the near side. Lake's going to be brought down at the 20. Nice gainer there on first down.
Yep, just that little dip that he has, that little foot plant that just kind of changes direction, upsets every single pursuit angle on the field. It's just one of those gifts that he has as a running back that sets him apart.
Second down, Mooney going quick here. Gentile, shotgun formation, stepping back, throwing to the outside. It's Brenner, and it's caught. He's trying to keep his feet to stay in bounds and get some more, but finally pushed out at the 17-yard line. 1:01 remaining. Mooney still has 1 timeout remaining here. And it will be a third down and about 3 coming up for Mooney.
Well, we don't see Mr. Gugliotta down there practicing his kicks right now, so we've got to feel like either he's warm or Mooney's just going to dedicate it on punching this ball in the end zone no matter what.
They know it's a huge advantage if they can punch it in. This one's given to Lake. Lake's going to look up the middle. He's going to try to cut it outside. Doesn't get anything. Girard with a huge stop on third down. He might have lost one.
Yeah, again, Gerard is prepared for this game very, very well. Their run fits have been coming together. They've had chances at a lot of these ball carriers in the backfield or early in the plays, but Mooney's just been getting a lot of yards off contact and a lot of yards with their shifty running backs and ball carriers.
Clock winding down here. 33 seconds remain. Play clock at 16. 4th down and 3. Mooney looking like they're going to go for it, taking their time. It looks like they're going to have to take a timeout, it seems like. Play clock at 7. Now they're rushing up to the line. 4th down and 3. Gentile under center. 2 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to call a timeout, it looks like. And it'll be Mooney's last of the first half with 13 seconds remaining. And it looks like Jake Gugliotta is going to, in fact, come on the field and attempt a field goal here. So ball is placed at the 18 at this point. So looks like it'll be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Right? Ball placed in the middle of the field. He was hitting these pretty easily in warm-ups.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. I mean, up to 2 scores to get him a kick. He hasn't had a pressure kick this postseason. And if the Cardinal Mooney advances from this game, he's going to be put in that spot eventually. So good to get him a live one.
Very calm night here, just a slight mist in the air. Perfect night for football as Gugliotta attempts a 35-yard field goal. Good snap, good hold. Gugliotta puts it up and through. And Jake Gugliotta, a 35-yard field goal is good and extends the Cardinal Mooney lead to 31-14 with 8 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yep, like you said, just like he was doing it all day. He seemed pretty confident before the game, and we've seen him have some pretty big kicks this year in terms of pressure situations. We know he has the leg, but he's going to put that one in the bank if Mooney advances, and down the line if they need a game winner.
Absolutely, it's a huge weapon to have, especially in high school. So we'll keep it right here as Mooney's already out there to kick it back off to Girard. And just 8 seconds remaining. Girard's out of timeouts. They're not going to be able to do much outside of this kick return here. While we have some time here, just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. All of our people that you see in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, those are our sponsors that help us, give us the ability to come out here and put these kids in the spotlight. It's such a great thing. DJ Yoakley, Brian Scott, Chris Sigler, all them guys in the background that help us put this thing on. As Gugliotta tees it up, kicks it off. It may be the final play of the first half. And it's off the waist of a Girard Indian, and it is recovered by Tyree Dawson. And Dawson recovers it with 4 seconds left in the half. We might see another Gugliotta kick.
Yeah, get out there, Jake, because Gentile's coming off the field. All right.
So that ball was off the waist of the return man for Girard and then bounced about 10 yards towards the Mooney kick coverage team, and Tyree Dawson jumped on it.
A little shorter this time, or is it exactly going to be another?
And it's going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt for Jake Gugliotta. Deja vu. This will be the last play of the first half.
We think.
This time from the far hash. Schiraldi, the holder. Good snap, good hold. Gugliotta puts it up, and it is through. Jake Gugliotta, 2 for 2 on field goal attempts, extends Mooney's lead 34-14. Going into the break here, we've got a flag on the play. And Jake Gugliotta is hurt. As they will tend to him, we will step aside while they do, and we will be back here on YSN 34-14, Mooney.
Welcome to Mill Creek Indoor Player Development Center, where passion meets precision. Experience state-of-the-art technology with 3 TrackMan fitting bays, ensuring your clubs are perfectly tailored to your game. From fun games for the whole family to expert lessons and clinics, there's something for everyone. Our authorized Callaway Club Fitting Center ensures you're equipped with the best. Book online or call our golf shop to reserve your spot today. Mill Creek Indoor Player Development Center. Elevate your game, rain or shine.
From Gia's to Giangelo's, we sure have grown over the years, but what hasn't changed is our appreciation for you. Thanks for choosing Giangelo's, and here's to many more years of great food and great times. Giangelo's.
Back here on YSN. So the call was roughing the kicker on that play, and they will decline it. And let's see what the call is going to be. I don't know if that's something that they could take to start the second half, that penalty. They can't accept it and take that penalty yardage to start the second half. So Mooney will start the second half with the ball. Probably get excellent field position because they're going to kick it. Gerard's going to have to kick it deep in their own territory. Jake Gugliotta did get up. He was the hurt player when we went to break. He did get up, and he actually had a bounce to his step as he was running off the field. His Mooney teammates greeted him, and we have now reached the halftime. Cardinal Mooney 34, Girard 14. So we're going to step aside. We're going to take a break, show you some band action here from South Range. And we will be back with that after this on YSN.
You know, being able to have success on the football field and the basketball court and just every aspect of, you know, my sports career is now documented. You know, one of the greatest things about high school sports is to be able to talk about it for the rest of your life and to look back on the days with my buddies whenever we had some battles, whether it was with, you know, our rival or just another game. And I could go back and look at it and, you know, not only myself, but my family members, my teammates, and it's something that will last a lifetime. My name is Parker Sherry, and my sports network is your sports network.
is Crazy Train! Your Girard High School Marching Band! All right, Mooney fans, get loud because it's that time again. Taking the field now, it's the pride of Cardinal Mooney, your 2025-26 Rookie High School Marching Band! The band cannot thank you enough, fans, for your support this season as we continue to rebuild. Led onto the field by Director Miss Stephanie Chismar and Commanding Officer Adriana Williams, the Mooney Band is marching its way back into history with the biggest band in over 25 years. With half of our students being a band for the very first time, the Mooney Band has brought fun-filled spirit to our Friday night games. Just like our football team, this first tune is straight fire. So feel free to get out of your seat, dance in place, or at least nod your head a little while the Mooney Pride brings the energy with Dynamite. Next up is always a fan favorite. Make sure you join in on the tapping tune. Hey, you know what to do. Next, the Mooney Band features our drum line with 2 feature songs, Raindrop and The Cow Jumped Over Mooney. Up next, a little nostalgia for our alumni. Although it's arrangement the band used to play has not been tracked down, our band is resurrecting a former crowd favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua with the Battle of Jericho. Before we go, the Mooney Band wants to show some love to the Girard Band. Thanks for sharing the field and the Friday night fun. And now, let's give it up one more time for this hard-working, high-stepping, music-making crew. Your 2025-26 Pregame High School Marching Band! Kentucky pride. Louder, prouder, and just getting started.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors that you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
At Joe Dickey Electric, no job is too big or too small. We do it all. We power the plants that help bring us together, the businesses that help our community thrive, and the home that you've been dreaming of. We'll even install a light bulb for you. With over 65 years of commercial, industrial, residential, and 24/7 emergency services, you can trust the experts at Joe Dickey Electric because we are everything electrical.
I'm Matt Crystal, and I've been a customer of Greenwood Chevrolet for nearly 10 years. The biggest thing about Greenwood that we love is you get that family-owned aspect that comes into play. We always work with Paul Kello. Paul makes it very simple for us to come in, purchase a vehicle, no different than we go and buy anything else. No hassle, no haggling, we drive them off the lot. Very simple process, which makes it a lot easier for us as a family of 6. Don't have to worry about it. I'm Matt Crystal, and Greenwood Chevrolet went the extra mile for me.
Are your windows letting in more than just the view? At Window Depot, we believe replacing your windows shouldn't be a hassle. Our experienced team handles everything from consultation to installation, making the process smooth and stress-free. Upgrade your home's comfort and energy efficiency effortlessly. Contact us today for a free consultation and discover how easy and affordable it can be.
And we welcome you back here to South Range High School, Raiders Stadium, home of this regional final matchup between Cardinal Mooney and Girard. Right here on YSN, I'm Matt Romeo with my partner Vince Tady next to me, Chris Sigler doing all the magic in the background to bring you this regional final game. It's Cardinal Mooney 34, Girard 14, and high flying, high a lot of action in this one, high scoring affair so far, like we thought. Only Mooney's taking advantage and I would say having a little bit less mistakes than Girard.
I would agree with that, Matt. And the one thing is, you got a team the caliber of Cardinal Mooney that might be the best team in Division 5 this year. You don't need to give them any breaks. Mooney is okay on their own. So 15 yards here, 15 yards there, that's too much. Mooney's given up some yardage too on some plays that coaches would rather not see, but they have, like you said, haven't done it as much. For Gerard, it's easy. We got to get a stop.
This was a two-score affair. This was a 14-point game, two touchdowns, and then just a back-breaking end to the first half for Gerard there. As they couple mistakes, couple mental mistakes. They let Mooney deep in their own territory get a field goal, and then off the ensuing kickoff, it bounces off the returner's chest and right into the hands of Mooney. They get another quick field goal. Jake Gugliotta with a touchdown basically to himself there. 6 points right there within a matter of 10 seconds. And it gives Mooney, a 20-point lead here, 34-14. But here's the thing, and Mooney will start the second half with the ball. With Gerard's offense, I don't feel that they're completely out of it yet.
I would absolutely agree with that, and I'm pretty sure Coach Pearson and Coach Cochran and the gang there have calmed things in the locker room, and this is their first big test. And if they didn't think this was going to be a big test, then they were mistaken, which I would bet my life on it that they knew this was the biggest test of the year for them. So we're going to see how they can respond and how they respond to the pressure. I'm pretty sure they haven't played from behind too often this year. That back and forth games against Poland, that might have been really about it. So we're going to see what this Girard team is made out of. And we see a lot of 9s and 10s on that roster, which means a lot of underclassmen. So regardless of who hoists that regional championship trophy tonight, you got a feeling that this might not be the the last chapter in this playoff rivalry between these two.
Absolutely. A young team in Girard, a lot of positive years to come, big years to come for Girard, no doubt. But they still have tonight, and I think it's to get back in this football game, it starts with a stop right here to begin the second half.
Yeah, and they found success bottling up runs and some plays from time to time. But like we spoke of, they have to finish these plays. And they've been about a second behind on fitting some of these runs, and some of their pursuits have been either too aggressive or not aggressive enough. So that comes with adjusting of the time and the force that that Cardinal Mooney plays with that they really haven't seen all game. But if anybody can do it in Division 5, Region 17, I'm sure it's the Indians at Girard.
And we saw a heavy dosage of Jaden Wade for Girard, a heavy dosage of Joey Algiers. Joey Algiers with one of the touchdowns here for Girard. I think Wade actually with the other one. And, do we potentially see more of that? Can Girard potentially maybe get Scott going in the run game? Because we haven't seen much of Sam Scott, their bell cow running back, going into this football game.
Yeah, I've seen Girard come back at halftime throughout the years, and you're right. But and the reason I say that is because I feel like Coach Cochran and Coach Pearson have something special planned. Whether it works or not, that's up to the football deities to decide. But I think that we're going to be in for some sparks here in the third and fourth quarters.
And that's what halftime's all about, making those adjustments. Can they possibly go back and say, hey, this play has been working every time, and maybe they can exploit the Mooney defense if they can. But again, it's going to be for naught if that Girard defense can't step up. Number 33, Zach Leedy, teeing it up, getting ready to kick this ball off to Mooney. Once again, Mooney won the toss to open the game. They deferred it, so now they receive the ball up 20. So a steep hill to climb if you're Girard, but a lot of football left to be played, an entire half. As this one squibbed up the middle, gets the bounce, received by number 55. Wow, shakes a tackle across the 50. Here he goes. Look at the big guy go. It's number 55.
That's
Keywan Dean. And Keywan Dean got the hook and ladder for the touchdown last week.
Just going to say that. I mean, I think from day one when we saw him, I made sure to tell everybody that this young man is an athlete. Yes, he wears 55. Yes, he plays on the interior line, sometimes defensive end. But I've seen him dunk a basketball in school. I've seen him do a lot of different things. And he came in, wanted to play tight end. I'm sure he could have done that on a team that doesn't have Johnny Brenner and Rocco Zabel and Dom Litlow, among others. But regardless, he loves his role here. He's getting recruited as a defensive lineman, and I can't really say enough about him as a player.
He didn't run that football like a D lineman. He shook a tackler there, so an impressive run by him. Now Mooney starts in great field position. Go figure here on the Girard side of the field. This one's tossed to Lake across the 40 to the 39, a short gain here on first down.
Yeah, there's that was becoming like a patented kind of toss play for them. That time, a couple of the defenders from Girard looked like they were just almost left unblocked. I mean, yeah, you can get off those blocks a little bit on a knockout zone, but you got to stay on them a little bit. So,
2nd and 8 upcoming for Mooney here, and kind of say go figure about Mooney's field position, because once again, it's all night they've been starting at the 50 or on the Girard side of the field, as this one's given to Lake up the middle. Lake stopped there by Girard in a pile. So another short gain of 2. It's going to make it 3rd and 6, and now Girard's got an opportunity to make a stop here. And we've got just underway here in the third quarter. Neutral site here at South Range for this regional final matchup. 2 local teams. Love to see it. And a matchup that doesn't happen all too common, as we talked about before the game, Coach. 3rd down and 6. Gentile in the shotgun formation. He's got Dawson to the near side. Gentile back to pass. Looks, firing. He's got Brenner for a first down at the 30, and he's going to be stopped. And it will be a first down at the 30. Fresh set of downs for the Cardinals. Johnny Brenner on the reception.
Cardinals get very creative out of those bunch formations. That time you saw Girard kind of release outside, take it vertical, and then Brenner just slips out into the flats. Almost unfair for any linebacker that has to cover him.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Mooney driving here to start this first half. 10:19 remaining, just underway here in the second half. Tyree Dawson now the back deep, with Desmond the up back to the right side. Gentile under center. 1st and 10. Fake pitch, fake handoff. Here goes Gentile taking a shot deep. Tony Jackson, it's caught for a touchdown. Cardinal Mooney strikes again. This time it's blue. Tony Jackson. Mooney extends their lead 40-14 off the 30-yard touchdown pass.
So that's the third play that we've seen off of that backfield action. We saw the lead toss, the counter, and now the play action off of both of them. So Tim Marlowe, great job. Tony Blue Jackson, great job. I don't know if we saw Michael Jackson dance like he did last week, but regardless.
Now, he had some nice moves on that touchdown last week,
Pretty
I'll say
slick.
that. As Jake Gugliotta comes on to tack on the point. Currently stands at 40-14, trying to make it 41. Good snap, good hold, up and through. Cardinal Mooney 41, Girard 14, 9:52 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back after this on YSN.
'Tis the season for 10% off participating vendors at Sheely's when you donate to Columbiana Project Playground. Get your home holiday ready with these special purchase recliners, sofas, dining, and bedroom groups. Save up to $900 on select mattresses. And you're sure to make your home merry and bright with an extra 10% off participating vendors throughout the store. Now through December 6th, 10% off or 18-month special financing. Happy holidays from Sheely's.
What does it mean to be approved? I'm Tracy, and to me it means getting you to work on time, driving your kids to school, or going out and seeing the world. That's why I go the extra mile for my customers, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Back here on YSN, Cardinal Mooney coming off of the long touchdown pass, 30 yards from Vinny Gentile to Tony Jackson. They extend their lead 41-14 over Girard here. We are live from South Range High School. Gugliotta sets up to kick it off to Girard once again. He's been a busy guy tonight. This one returned, it's like by number 1 across the 15 to the 20 and stopped in his tracks at the 20-yard line. It's Carmen Biamonte on the return.
You know, we haven't spoke too much about Vince Gentile today at all. And it's hard, not to speak about the quarterback for the best team in the region, but I know he was left off the All-Inland team this week. And, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the region that are good, but Vince really has come up with some big plays for them throughout the season, and he's really a threat because once you think you got that run bottled up, he will, like you said earlier this season, just forget everything that might have happened before if he made a bad play. He's a gunslinger, and he can take the ball deep with all that arm action he has.
The thing that Moody's got on their side, they got a couple of really good baseball players playing football for them. That's Vinny Gentile, and that's Luke Kohler, who occasionally steps in at quarterback. As Pearson's back to pass, probing, looking, he's going to throw the screen. It's going to be Hunter. Hunter gets at the 20. He's got some room to run. He's across the 31 to the 32-yard line. It's going to be a fresh set of downs for Girard.
Lots of success on these screens, and you can, if you're Girard, excuse me, you have to regret some of the things that have happened to them today, or at least hang your head a little bit on it because they're a very, very good football team, and the score might not reflect that too much. It's just too bad things didn't bounce their way all day. Option
play, taking it himself up the middle, is Pearson on first down. He gets a 4-yard gain to the 35-yard line. 27-point lead here for Mooney. 9:14 remaining here in the third quarter.
That rotation for Cardinal Mooney still happening on their defensive line. It's been something they've done so well all year long, keeping fresh bodies on the defensive line, keeping guys engaged in the game. And when you got guys like Dewey Hurd, and now you see J.T. Smith in there over alongside Johnny Brenner, and that's really, really a fantastic unit for the Cardinals.
Pearson with Jeremiah Hunter to his left side. Surprise snap, catches it, and he's going to throw the quick out to number 6 there. It's going to be caught by Joey Algiers, but we're going to get some more action after the play, and I'm not going to see any flags thrown, but a nice first down play for Girard, what could have been disastrous with that unexpected snap.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there at the end of the play. Lots of moaning and groaning from everywhere on the field there. But
Tyree Dawson ended up on the ground.
Yeah, flat on his back. So whatever happened, I mean, it definitely wasn't good for Tyree. So didn't catch that in real time. Hopefully, it was something that was within the whistles.
Nice little acting job there by Tyree Dawson, I think. Pearson back to pass, rolling out far side, 3rd down, and he's just going to throw this one away, as that was a 3rd and 7. It's going to bring up 4th down. And what's Gerard going to do now? They're at the 31-yard line in their own territory, but down 27 points here with 8:34 to go. And you're in a playoff game. You're down 27. Mooney's going to bring on their punt return team. So Jeremiah Hunter's the man deep, waving his hands in the air, not really knowing what's going on.
Play clock needs reset.
Normally doing the punting here, at least so far tonight, was Mario Lipinski. He now checks into the game, or actually it's going to be number 33, Zach Leedy, who does the kicking off for Girard. He's going to check in as the punter on 4th down, and good snap, gets it away, and this punt's going to bounce at the 45. It's going to take a favorable Girard bounce and end up all the way at the 25. So that ball's going to take a 15 to 20-yard bounce, and Girard puts Mooney with their worst field position of the night, but nonetheless, it's still a 27-point ball game here in favor of Mooney. 8:05 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's something the Cardinal Mooney punt return team is going to take a look at in film, no doubt about it. Something that probably can't happen in a closer game, but undoubtedly will fix that in the coming weeks.
It definitely takes guts to be a returner, and we saw that with Luke Kohler last week. Caught a questionably short punt last week and took some heavy contact out of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it.
Gentile back to pass, looking deep in the corner, intended for Brenner. It's going to fall incomplete, bring up 2nd down. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Nice route by Brenner. Once again, Cardinal Mooney has shown that they're going to, have max protection a couple times, throw a couple guys deep in vertical routes, and create some matchups. And usually that turns in Cardinal Mooney's favor. That time, Gerard had good coverage.
A misty 46-degree night as rain's starting to fall a little bit heavier. 2nd down and 10 for Mooney in the pistol formation. Gentile got Lake behind him. Lake takes off. He's going to cut it near side, cut it back up the middle. So shifty. He's brought down at the 34-yard line. A nice second down run by Ike Lake.
Yeah, there we saw that shiftiness. He is so good in the open field and creating those angles with those jump cuts and all the other little tools that he has as a running back. And what a spectacular player.
Lake is more than just a guy that you hand the ball and he's just vertical. He's just fast, straight up and down the field. No, he is so shifty, and he can make that cut, make that plant, and run quickly, and he's got the breakaway speed. 3rd and 1, Gentile under center. Going to give it to Desmond this time. Desmond cuts it outside, and he's brought down by his jersey. He's going to get the 1st down. And a nice tackle there by, look to be number 3, Jane Wade. Actually, that's going to be 0 on the tackle, Brian Wilson.
Even when they can kind of read that play, Brady Desmond's able to get enough yards for a 1st down. It seems like every time he touches the ball in that formation, that play, it's productive.
6:56. Another thing about Ike Lake is he's strong too. He can break tackles. He's not just on first contact, he's going down. A lot of times he's carrying that pile. Very impressive young back. As Gentile's back to pass. Taking a shot downfield, and it's going to be overthrown, intended for Kingston Powell.
Yeah, that time Gentile just didn't see like he had what he needed there. Just kind of threw the ball up in the air. Hopefully, I don't even know if Kingston Powell, a player like that, can run under that. But regardless, good decision by Gentile. Also to avoid contact there and to stay upright.
So Timmy Marlowe still taking his shots here. And one thing I'll say about Timmy Marlowe is, he doesn't seem to – he's very unpredictable. He doesn't get conservative. He just kind of mixes it up, and he's not trying to be flashy all the time either. Very balanced play calling by Timmy Marlowe there. As Gentile tosses it outside, Tyree Dawson, he's got a bunch of Girard Indians on him, and he's tackled for a loss back at the 26-yard line.
Great backside pursuit by the Indians there, and we have seen flashes of that throughout the day. Again, just a sign that a team is well scouted, because they saw that play, backside linebacker triggered and made the play. And they've been doing it very well all day today. Again, ball just hasn't bounced their way, but there has been flashes where Gerard, on a regular night, for them, could have been a different outcome here at this stage of the game.
So 3rd down and long here. It'll be 19, they'll call it for Mooney. Gerard has a chance to get the ball back. Gentile fakes it, back to pass, looking downfield, got Brenner open, and it's underthrown. Brenner goes up to get it, but a nice defensive play by number 2, A.J. Pearson, makes the play for Gerard, and it's going to send Mooney into a punting situation.
Yeah, very, very. It looks like the referee thought about calling a little pass interference there, but Pearson was in phase with Brenner as once the ball was in the air, because he was beat right off the break. But sometimes a little contact there is inadvertent, and Pearson had pretty good coverage.
Yeah, especially Brenner's coming back for the ball. Pearson's just turning around as the underthrown ball, but he did have a step on Pearson as Desmond's going to get this punt away to number 9. And we're going to get some contact in the backfield. And once again, it might be another penalty against Girard. We'll check the flag.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert in the rules. That might be a straight-up roughing the kicker penalty.
And if that's the case, we're just seeing this trend of undisciplined football continue for Girard, and it will be a personal foul roughing the kicker against Girard, and Cardinal Mooney is going to maintain the ball and have a fresh set of downs on offense. 5:32 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that was something that the young man, whoever the perpetrator there, is going to have to definitely look at that and wonder what we should ever do that again, because
and so we're going to see, it looks like it's going to be that when they mark off the yardage, would have been a yard short, but a yard short, but I feel like that is a automatic 1st down penalty, as it is roughing the kicker. If it was running into the kicker 5 yards, I'm not sure if they even have that in high school.
Yeah,
that would just be a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, usually, once you hit that post leg, they're going to call something like that, but that was so gratuitous that it almost looked like the referee back there didn't want to throw the penalty, but it had to at that moment. There was no choice.
Exactly. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Mooney still in their own territory. Quick pass to Johnny Brenner. Brenner makes it man miss, and he's across the 50-yard line to the 48. And Brenner had a choice to just go out of bounds with that quick 2 yards. Instead, turns it up, makes a man miss.
Yeah, good slip there. We've seen Brenner come out of the back or come out into the flats periodically today. And, that's just a really nice, easy pitch and catch from Gentile to such a big target, a talented, athletic target as well. So look for Brenner to get more involved, and as the Cardinals march on in the playoffs here, if they do indeed to secure this victory.
That felt like I missed you on the last one, big guy, but I'm going to get it to you real quick here on 1st down. 2nd and 1, toss to, this one's going to be Tony Beatty, and he is met by big number 72. It's a 1st down, but heavy contact there. Dylan Littell on the tackle.
Yeah, nice cut right back into the pursuit, and and met with a pretty big hit right there. But Beatty is as tough as it gets, and he's right back up, ready for the next play.
Under 5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and we talked a little bit about Dylan Littell pregame as we were watching Girard through their warm-ups. He's got a whole helmet worth of height over everybody on that team.
Yeah, he is an absolute horse, and everything that comes with it, too. He seems like a pretty good ball player from what we've seen tonight.
6'7" listed on the roster as this one's tossed to Tony Beatty to the far side. Beatty breaks a tackle, and he's at the 40 and stood up there. Be a nice little 5-yard gain on first down.
Girard fit in that run again pretty well. They had it bottled up there. Beatty makes a couple yards out of some niftiness. Mooney coming off the block, probably blocks a little bit prematurely. Something they're going to be tightened up as playoffs continue. But when you have running backs that have the vision and the ability to make cuts when they want, it's they can make up for some of those and make your offensive lineman look really, really good.
Absolutely. And a guy like Ike Lake, it doesn't take him much room to get going as Gentile rolls out to the near side looking for a man downfield. Got a man. It's Jay Manningham. Makes a spin move. Makes another man miss. He's brought down finally at the 12-yard line. A big gain or another one for Cardinal Mooney in the red zone.
Double move by Manningham. Fantastic. He comes into the outside, breaks inside, gets that DB to change, to shift his shoulders, cuts back to the outside, wide open. What a great route.
Jay Manningham, known for his defense. He's had a lot of picks this year on the defensive side. He's even had some punt returns, long kick returns, but this time producing on offense, kind of giving his own impression of Deion Sanders.
We said he's wearing that number.
3:26 remaining here in the third quarter. Officials trying to keep this one. And we're going to get a timeout. Cardinal Mooney's going to take a timeout. I think that's good for the energy of this football game.
Yeah.
Once again, getting a little chippy. So Cardinal Mooney is going to have it 1st and 10 at the Girard 12-yard line. We're going to take a timeout ourselves. 3:18 remaining. Mooney in control of this one, 41-14 over Girard. We'll be back on YSN.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana and I am why I'm proud.
Get back to doing the things you love. Regain your freedom from chronic pain without surgery or drugs. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our chiropractic services were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian Healthcare.
Back here on YSN, Mooney, the commanding lead 41-14, and they're driving once again. Coach Colpreet calling a timeout. And now they're back at it. Gentile under center. Got Dawson in motion. They're going to give it. Is that Desmond? Desmond once again outside across the 10 and a hard hit at the 2-yard line on Desmond. And that was Jeremiah Hunter with the hard hit for Girard. But Mooney's going to have it now. 1st down and goal from the 2.
Love that play. I absolutely fake the toss, come back. 2 guys were pulling on it ahead of Desmond. Just an absolutely creative play call by Coach Marlowe. Because not only are you getting that misdirection, all of a sudden it's like a classic counteraction. You got guards and tackle pulling along with it. Just fantastic look. Now back in the stacked eye.
So many variations of that play, as we talked about over and over tonight. Stack eye play, 1st down and goal, fake toss. Gentile trying to take it himself, and he's going to be brought down. Another nice tackle there for Jeremiah Hunter, and it's going to be a no-gainer there on 1st down and goal. Timeout taken, called by the referees.
Yeah, in this stage of the game, I'm not, the way it's going, I'm not sure I'm going to let my quarterback go out there and run the ball in the open field, as tough as Vince Gentile is. But regardless, the intensity is not boiled down in this game at all. And with the score the way it is, Gerard's not going to back down, and Cardinal Mooney definitely isn't either. But the quarterback is somebody I'm going to keep safe at this moment.
Under 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Mooney's got a 1st down. They called another personal foul against Girard, and would just love to see this stat on how many penalty yards Girard has tonight. And it's going to give Mooney a 1st down and goal from the 1-yard line. Stack eye formation for Mooney. And we're going to get a false start. Number 22, the freshman Anthony Brock, jumped a little bit early. Mooney pointing their fingers at Girard, but This time it's going to be against Mooney, so they're going to now have it 1st and goal from the 6.
Brock, a very promising young player that has been helpful for Cardinal Mooney on the scout teams. I was talking to Coach Merrow one day before a game, and he said, it looks like their scout team really is got to be better than a lot of scout teams when you have guys like that can, line up and run the other team's plays throughout the week, and that's a big deal for a player to be able to contribute that to your team this point of the season, especially a freshman. So it's good to see him get rewarded with some live action on the field.
Seeing quite a bit of 22 tonight out there. Stack eye formation once again. This one's going to be given, and the ball's on the ground. Girard's got it, picks it up and runs with it. And the Indians have the ball at their own 20-yard line. First turnover of the night in favor of Girard. That's number 22, Grayson Mazzaros. And Girard seemingly going to take over here at their own 18. There is a penalty flag. Go ahead, Coach.
Oh, excuse me. It's going to be up to everybody to keep their composure in a moment like this because, this regardless of what's happening on the field, this is a test for both teams, especially if Mooney looks like they're going to be moving on if the score holds, and they're going to get into games like this, and then on the next 2 if they make it that far. So it's also going to be a good test because they really haven't been pushed like this in the playoffs.
The flag is waved off, so Gerard's going to keep the ball. Now, speaking of the next round, the winner of this one will take on the winner of the Wheelersburg-Nelsonville-York game. That game is final. Wheelersburg dominates Nelsonville-York 41-0. So the winner of this game is going to take on Wheelersburg next week. So Mooney trying to finish the job here and punch their ticket to the Final Four and be crowned regional champion. 1st and 10, Girard. .248 remaining. So Mooney's going to have to hold on here for 14 minutes and 48 seconds. 1st and 10. Pearson going to fake it, going to take it himself, and he is stopped once again. Mooney has not given him any room to run tonight.
No, he's found success on some option pitches, but we knew coming into the game that the linebackers and defensive line were just a little too fast, athletic, too much experience to seen a lot of that kind of stuff. Pearson being a sophomore, undoubtedly he's going to find more success as his high school career unfolds. But you're right, Mooney's doing a great job bottling him up in those moments. 2nd and 7, Pearson back to pass. He's going to roll out. Now he's going to come near side. He's across the 20, 25 to the 30. He's got some room to run. He's across the 40, and he's going to be brought out of bounds at the Girard 43-yard line. Another set of downs here for Girard. Yeah, great play. Earlier in the game, we might have seen him try to throw the ball away at that moment, but there was a lane that opened up, and he stuck his foot in the ground and got upfield, and once he beat some of that pursuit, he gained another 10 or 15 yards right there. So Pearson is one heck of a football player that's going to be really interesting watching his career play out.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter here. Girard still kind of taking their time here, getting the call from Coach. Pearson going to fake it, back to pass, looking to throw, rolling out. He's got some pressure. Brenner's on him. He escapes him. He's at the 40, looking to throw downfield, and finally nowhere to go with it, and pushed out of bounds by a Cardinal Mooney player. And it's going to be about a 1-yard loss on that one, bring up 2nd and 11.
Might get credit with a sack for Rocco Zabel right there, and just kind of bottled up Pearson and folded him into the moment area of the field where really didn't have much to do right there, and just kind of got caught up in the decision-making process. Even the best athletes happens to them for sure, but credit to Cardinal Mooney's pursuit and Rocco Zabel for getting there in a hurry and putting him in that predicament.
Another final here for local team. McDonald dominates Mogador 42-21. They advance.
Well, we saw them earlier this year, Matt, and they are legit.
Good football team. Pearson back to pass, looking downfield, and he's hit from behind. Ball's loose on the ground. Mooney thinks they have it at the 40. Coming from under the pile, number 58, J.T. Smith. But are the refs going to rule it Mooney football? They will. Cardinal Mooney takes over after the QB hit on Pearson, and fumble recovery by J.T. Smith, the junior.
Smith, the starting offensive lineman, started at center for the Cardinals last year. One of those guys that'll just ready to do whatever it takes for the team. Been in the weight room every single day, I'm sure, like I've seen him in years prior. So it's good to see him come up with a big play. We don't mention his name very often for a two-way starter.
So Mooney taking over in Girard territory here. We've got 1:22 still to play in the third quarter. All these other games are final. We're still in the third quarter here, Coach.
Lots of incomplete passes. We'll do that.
1st and 10 for Mooney. And we're going to get another flag. Offside called against the offense.
Somebody must have lined up in the neutral zone. Or something. Frank Colapreach trying to get an explanation on that one.
Kingston Powell doing his impression of, what was it for the Kansas City Chiefs that was offsides a couple years ago?
Usually they grate on my nerves a little too much to sit through a Kansas City Chiefs game in the last couple of years. So
we're going to blame it on Juju Smith-Schuster.
There we go.
On a nice Kelsey lateral play, too. I'll never forget it.
Stop talking, man.
1st down and 15. I got some friends that are Chiefs fans, so I got to put up with it.
Well, Cardinal Mooney alum, Dominic DeLisio is their
Yes.
defensive back, YSU alum as well. So I found myself not entirely upset when they won and beat my 49ers in a couple of Super Bowls. Both very, very winnable for the team out in San Francisco, but I'm over it.
Donald
a long
DeLisio.
walk after that last one really kind of helped me heal a little bit.
Donald DeLisio, one of the Mooney greats, played with a lot of guys on this coaching staff. Michael Zordich, Timmy Marlowe. And once again, played at YSU. Is now coaching in the National Football League as this one's given to number 3 there, Tony Beatty. I believe Donald's with the Baltimore Ravens now on their defensive staff.
He indeed is. What a great coaching career Coach DeLisio's having. I'd like for him one day to maybe come back and lead the Penguins back to prominence one day, if that's a possibility, if Coach Phillips decides to one day move along. But we hope Coach Phillips brings a national championship to Youngstown.
Absolutely.
And whoever can do it is okay with me. I
Absolutely.
just want to see those stands packed and see the Penguins where they should be.
2nd down and long here. Toss to Tony Beatty out to the far side. He gets a few there, and we'll bring up a 3rd and about 13. YSU in a good position to make the playoffs. Got a battle against UNI coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it brings back really rough memories there. Some good memories too, but always a shaky time when we have to hit the road and play those guys.
16 seconds remain in the quarter, and it's just going to run down to the end of the quarter as the play clock shows 14. So we will run it down here, and at the end of the third quarter, Mooney in command of this one, 41-14 over the Girard Indians in this regional final matchup. We head to the fourth quarter. We'll be back here on YSN.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
We'll see some scattered showers and perhaps a rumble of thunder or two.
Online.
This is going to be the culprit for some unsettled weather as we go over the next couple of days.
On social media and on our app.
Rain will come and go tomorrow. There'll be some dry intervals.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat around sunset this evening.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Back here on YSN from South Range High School, this regional final matchup here from Raiders Stadium, 41-14. Cardinal Mooney in control. I'm Matt Romeo with my partner Vince Tatey. Chris Sigler up here with us as well, doing all the magic behind the scenes. Cardinal Mooney has the ball, 3rd and 13. Gentile looking to throw. He's got Brenner. Brenner is going to be brought down just inside the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down. That's number 2 on the coverage, A.J. Pearson. Pearson giving it his all here. And we talked to his dad, the head coach of Girard Indians, Coach Pat Pearson. We said, what was it like, or what is it like right now to be in this special moment with your son, who's one of the stars on this football team? And he just said, it's easy because his kid plays one of the hardest players on this team. I don't want to say he plays the hardest out of everybody else. I think he's more humble than that. But, no doubt he does it, and he does it both ways. 4th down. And you can tell by his play. He's leaving it all out there. His team's down 27, but he's still making plays out there on defense.
Yeah, funny moment arose from that conversation, too, because, he said something about, well, Nick Cochran is, will yell at Pearson on the during practice, and he has flashbacks from when he was doing that when he was a player. So he just kind of sits back and watches the circle become complete right there, and watch him be coached by one of the greats in the area for sure.
Got to be special for the father. Got to be special for AJ Pearson, the son, as well. And Coach Pat Pearson, he mentioned, he's like, sometimes I just have to take a second and soak it in and enjoy it, because he doesn't get a lot of moments to do that. And as a head coach, you have so many things going on that you probably lose sight of that a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to see that tradition for his family continue, because when I coached there and he was a senior my first year, and Coach Pat Pearson was just one of those players that, whatever happened during a game, you knew that he was going to leave it all out there. And when he was done, he was tired and bloody and bruised, but you got everything he had if you were on the opposing side. Had a tough senior year, but he won a lot of games his junior year, so no doubt he learned a lot as a player, and then get to coach under a man like Nick Cochran and also Buddy McSuley as well. So look for the Girard Indians to stay in competition in this region for years to come.
Absolutely, and they're playing hard to finish out this game tonight. It's cold, it's rainy, it's 45 degrees, and just it's turned into a mess out there. Luckily, they're on turf, but Vinny Gentile, quick little stop route on 4th down. Kingston Powell trying to cut it back inside of the 20, and he is brought down there by number 9, Braxton Sloan, and it's 1st down for Mooney.
Also, don't talk enough. Well, we have talked about Kingston Powell and his ability to run routes. Also, curiously, for lack of a better phrase, left off the Inland District team, and he's got Division I offers, throughout the region, and he's a spectacular player. Not sure how that could possibly happen. I mean, we talked about him on the All YSN team, and we talked about his placement. Should it be receiver or corner? And he's that kind of player.
As this one's given up the middle, that's Tyree Dawson, still breaking some tackles and slammed down to the ground. That's number 72. You could tell the official was close to reaching his pocket, but not enough of a suplex to cause a penalty there.
Yeah, it was definitely a German suplex, Brock Lesnar style. He took him down to Suplex City right there, from the mind of a couple wrestling fans up here.
I love the pull there. I love it.
Yeah, no doubt. But you're right. The referee went into his pocket there, and maybe could have called that if he wanted to. But Tyree Dawson's a tough young guy, and he's giving up a few pounds there. So
2nd and 8
play on.
Upcoming, and once again, that's Dylan Littell. Of all people, he looks like Brock Lesnar out there compared to everybody else, as Gentile gets the snap, but it's going to be some kind of penalty. It looks like a delay game on Mooney. Gentile is frustrated. You can tell the competitiveness of both these teams, too, because on the other side, you have Mooney. They're up 27 right now. They are still playing with all this fire about them, where they're getting frustrated every play they don't make or every penalty that's called on them.
Well, regardless of how chippy things are down there and how aggressive both teams are going at it, this is a lesson for Cardinal Mooney, because, again, the next 2 games, if they get to the championship game, is going to be like this. So let's learn something from it. Let's fight. Let's knuckle up and see what we got.
9:41 remaining. Gentile now rolling out to the far side, looking back. He's going to throw it to Dawson, and Dawson, did he make the catch? He did not, but it was a great effort by Tyree Dawson. That's second time they've run that play tonight, where Gentile's rolling out to the far side and then just takes a look back to the opposite, to the boundary, and throws it towards the receiver.
Yeah, quarterback throwbacks classic, catching that guy up on the wheel. Gerard wasn't biting right there.
Great discipline by Gerard. As we have 9:33 remaining, take a quick opportunity here to thank all of our sponsors that you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner. on your screen there, and those are the folks that make it all happen, and they help us deliver this game to you. They help put these kids in the spotlights, call their names, and give the community these access to these amazing games that happen on Friday nights from week 1 to week 16.
Some penalty back Cardinal Mooney up to almost the 40-yard line.
So that will call they'll call pass interference. I believe offensive pass interference on that one. They'll back them up to the 38-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and a mile for Mooney. Luke Kohler's in the game now, quarterback. He's going to do the same play. He's going to throw it back, looking for Tyree Dawson once again, but it's a little bit wide and out of bounds. But same kind of play. Kohler was rolling out to the far side, looked back, and threw to the boundary.
Yeah, pretty much the same exact play, because I think they're trying to play off of the play he scored in last week. It wasn't. I don't know if it came from that direction. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think Tony Jackson came play side on the last one that they scored on last week. So when number 2 comes in the game for the Cardinals, you gotta your ears perk up a little bit, because there's something exciting is going to happen, because they got a couple plays for him. I'm sure just designed for him.
And Luke Kohler, talking to an old coach of mine, Kenny Kohler, before the game. I said, he's got one heck of an arm, and Kenny's like, he's a baseball player. He's center fielder, as this one goes to Tony Beatty up the middle for about 10 yards. Soft defense being played there by Girard, but Luke Kohler's brought a special dynamic to this offense.
Yeah, you almost have to get the feeling that there's something out there waiting for him to happen, a special moment in these playoffs, because he's just such a good football player. I've seen him make plays over the years, and so I feel like that's a secret weapon that Mooney has, kind of ready to play whenever they want, and I guarantee you the creativity of Coach Marlowe that he's got something planned for his future.
4th down for Mooney. They're just going to go for it here. Gentile back to pass, looking, and he's going to throw it in the direction of Jay Manningham, and he just out of the reach of Jay Manningham, the intended receiver. So Mooney will turn it over on downs here with 8:34 to play here in the ball game. Still a score of 41-14. Gerard going to try to get anything they can here just to kind of salvage some positivity to end their season.
Yeah, Manningham looks like he might have just stopped for a second there. The ball was definitely overthrown, but a little bit of a flatter route he was taking to the ball, or whatever it takes, he was definitely there.
Pearson getting the call from coach. Jeremiah Hunter checking out of the game, and now checking into the game is number 5, Alan Hess-Cardona. Has a reception earlier tonight. We've seen a lot of Jeremiah Hunter, though, running back. Not a lot of Sam Scott, who is normally their bell cow at running back. Empty set here. Another surprise snap, but Pearson handles it. It's rolling out to the near side, and he's just going to throw this one out of bounds in the direction of number 1, Cameron Biamonte.
I would definitely like to see some of with those empty sets, maybe somebody kind of coming over and protecting for him on those rollouts. That'll give him a little bit of an opportunity to dump off something to somebody, a safety valve for him, because right now he's running all goes right into each zone of the Cardinal Mooney defense, and really not giving him an option to go anywhere with that ball.
Not a lot of seam, or passes up the seam, I should say, that we saw earlier that seemed to be working, pun intended. But just a lot of rolling out, a lot of trying to find a receiver to the outside. As man in motion, bobbled snap, and no choice but to fall on as Pearson. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for Gerard.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times today. A couple botched snaps. Maybe that counts in our ugly snap theme throughout the year. Didn't go over anybody's head, but regardless, there's been some miscues in that area of the field.
Clock ticking towards 8 minutes here to play in the ball game. Mooney 8 minutes away from a regional championship, collecting some hardware and a year on that banner. And most importantly, punch their ticket to the Final Four, the state semifinal.
Yeah, that means 2 more games, to get officially back where, Cardinal Mooney is used to being.
Pearson taking a shot, and it's through the hands of the intended receiver. Looked like that was number 13, Tremaine Kennedy. Like you said, Coach, the tradition, I talked to Timmy Marlowe, months before the season began. Actually, my son played flag football with his son, and we talked. I'm like, I was congratulating him on his, position on the coaching staff of this team, and he mentioned we just want to bring the tradition back. We want to bring the mentality back when I was playing here, when you were playing there, and all that. It looks like they've achieved that just in their first year of under Frank Colprate.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Winning a regional championship.
And nearly blocked. He might have even got a hand on it, but it's going to bounce to the 30. Take another friendly Girard bounce to the 42, and Mooney's going to take over with 7:18 remaining in the ball game. We're going to take a quick break here on YSN. It is Cardinal Mooney 14, Cardinal Mooney 41, Gerard 14 with 7:16 to play. Be back on YSN.
The ins and outs of everyday life can be chaotic. This is how every hectic day should end. Get any one of these hot tubs for less than $189 a month. And for right now, you can run on dealer money, which is 0% APR for 72 months. Your escape is just a step away. Visit your favorite location or burnettpools.com/Vita-Spas for a quote today.
Back here on YSN from South Range High School, I'm Matt Romeo with my partner Vince Tatey. Cardinal Mooney trying to chew this clock, and it's Tony Beatty up the middle in an attempt to do that with a 2-yard gain on first down. 7:06 remaining. Mooney 7 minutes away once again from a regional title.
Yeah, and as we were saying, that puts them 2 wins away from officially, putting, I think a regional title qualifies you as putting the program back where, it kind of wants to be, at least in the track and in the expectations. But no doubt they're not satisfied. That's not how, that tradition was built, being satisfied with the regional titles. They have 2 more wins.
6:30 remaining. Give to, looks like it's going to be Dawson, who's gang tackled and thrown down. Dawson, he's been doing a lot of acting tonight. Is that any kind of contact or late contact? He's laying down on the ground, trying to sell it. We'll give him credit. Official's not going to bite this time.
Some chirping from the stands, no doubt, is happening. So
6:15 remaining. The star-studded coaching staff of Cardinal Mooney, Brian Marrow, as you mentioned earlier. Little confusion in the backfield. Gentile going to take it himself up the middle and turn a negative play into a positive there. Gain of about 3. It's going to end up being 3rd down. But, there's probably about 2 or 3 guys, maybe more on this coaching staff that can be head coaches elsewhere.
Oh, for sure. And we know that Brian Marrow's already been a head coach. And Tim Marlowe has definitely has that in his future. I'm sure if he wants to ever leave or if whatever happens in the future. But Frank Colprate, it seems that, on the track to be in a position where he can keep this job as long as he wants it. And that's something that could happen. But you're right. There's coaches on the staff that can, absolutely be head coaches in other places.
Gary Thornton on the staff as well. Really good running back in his day. As this is a 4th down punting situation, Desmond's going to get this one away. And it's going to take a Mooney bounce. Can they get to it? It's going to roll into the end zone, a touchback, and Gerard's going to take over with a little over 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Once again, we are here with your sports network, YSN. We recently partnered up with NFHS, the National Federation of High School Association, to bring you these playoff games, this coverage. Very much appreciate their partnership and everyone in the background that helps to make this thing happen. Pearson to give up the middle. Hunter trying to be shifty in the backfield there, but brought down for a no gain or maybe loss of 1.
Yeah, I think Girard has resigned to closing ranks here and relying on the running game to get them through the rest of this game. Judging by the pace of the plays being called in, and down 41-14 in the last couple of minutes, you would expect nothing less.
A long football game here tonight, a late one. As we talked about, all the other matchups are final. Cardinal Mooney's going to play Wheelersburg next week as Pearson's going to take a shot deep to number 9. It's through the hands of Braxton Sloan there. So Wheelersburg, southern Ohio near Cincinnati, and south of Columbus there. And we'll find out where they play that game in the coming days. Cardinal Mooney have that challenge ahead of them as they dominated Wheelersburg Dig in their regional final tonight.
Yeah, we might be carpooling somewhere, Matt. Getting in the car, maybe stop at a drive-thru on the way. And
I'd be happy to, partner. Is there Buc-ee's on the way down there?
That's a good question.
3rd and 11. Chris says no. Pearson rolling out near side, going to throw it, throws into traffic, and I believe this one is going to fall incomplete, intended for Tremaine Kennedy. Kennedy's getting some action here, the freshman. So 4th down and 11 for Girard. We've got 4:09 remaining.
I stand corrected. Girard is going to stick to their playbook and continue to open up some opportunities through the air. It's their DNA, so you would think it's how they're going to finish this season.
Definitely not a lot of running for Girard that we thought would happen, especially with that option play. As this is punted to the 40-yard line, Manningham's going to try to return it, but they're going to whistle this one dead. Always when you get one leg up in the air, wrapped up by a defender, quick whistle by the officials, a smart move there.
Yeah, no, I see some handshaking between these two schools, so that's good to see.
Yes. Always about the sportsmanship. It's you hate the enemy during the game, but at the end of the day, you respect them after the game.
Without a doubt.
So many guys that I've just absolutely, we've talked trash back and forth during the game. After the game's over, you're shaking hands. I love you, man, and you respect them for life after that football game. You go to battle.
Yeah, it's definitely a shared experience that you have with these people. I mean, I told everybody I've ever coached that you just being out here on the field sets you apart from a lot of athletes, and that goes in any sport. To be able to want to compete.
Desmond up the middle, cutting outside. He's got room to run now. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. Brady Desmond brought down at the 5-yard line. Mooney not done yet. 3:43 remaining.
Great cutback, great play. Good burst of speed towards the end. Just not enough to outrun all the Indians.
Coach, you said it best. This is a sport, and they say it all the time. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it were easy, everybody would be out there during 2-a-days and giving up their free time in the summer to play a game. And, this is the reward to be out here in front of all these people on Friday night, and especially this late in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, down from the starting quarterback all the way down to to maybe the player that just gets in on the kick return team. It takes a special athlete. And I mean that in every sport, every sport. I've had a couple times watching my boy Matt Britton coach the soccer team, and the way he runs those players, I'm sure he's going to give me a text here for the shout out, but best soccer coach in the area, no doubt about it.
1st and goal, Desmond delivering a hit before falling into the end zone. Brady Desmond extends Mooney's lead 47-14. The exclamation point on this one with 3:35 remaining.
Yep, game, set, match Desmond there, no doubt about it. I mean, so, if you've been going back and forth all day, Desmond is going to finish it his way, and you've got to respect the young man for taking as many shots and has been in the middle of being a linebacker and a fullback today, and he's still, with 3 minutes left in the game, lowers his head to get to the end zone.
And as we near 10 minutes to 10 o'clock at night, we have finally hit a running clock here, as the clock will just wind down. It's at 3 minutes now. Gugliotta is set to add the point after. Good snap, good hold, and it is up and through. And I got to give it to Mike Giraldi and Gugliotta for being able to nail down these snaps, hold them down, and get these kicks up and through the uprights with this rain tonight. Very impressive. But 2:49 remaining. We're going to take one more break here. Cardinal Mooney 48, Girard 14, 2:49 remaining. And this one all but done here from South Range. We'll be back on YSN.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Back here on YSN, Cardinal Mooney getting ready to kick once again. It's Jake Gugliotta. He has been, that leg's going to be sore tomorrow, I'll tell you that. Between field goals and extra points and kickoffs, that leg has been through it tonight. Jake Gugliotta deserves an ice bath after this, as the clock will continue to run. Another nice kick. Going to be brought back by Carmen Biamonte. He's going to cut it far side, try to cut up the middle, continues to the outside, and he is brought down hard at the 20-yard line. And we're going to get a late flag. This one will probably be against Mooney after the aggressive hit. And I'm just going to take a guess. The officials are going to probably take their time consulting on this one. Try to run.
Maybe a couple minutes.
Yeah. Maybe take a couple slow steps on the marking off the yardage.
That's going to be on the Indians.
And it is on the Indians, and perhaps maybe upset with the hard tackle there. And nothing out of the ordinary. It was a tackle brought down by his jersey, tossed out of bounds. We've got 1:40 remaining in this one. And as we wait for this one to run down, Coach, players of the game, who are we thinking?
You know, just thinking about that, because you ask all the time, and I want to be more prepared this time when you said it. I like Brady Desmond for the Cardinals. Scored a couple of touchdowns, I believe, and overall just being a force in the middle of that field too, or at least on the outside linebacker spot, especially with the speed of Girard's offense. Not an easy task for him today, and he was providing a lot of hard yardage from that fullback spot too. So it's been a guy that we've kind of looked at and haven't talked too much in Nat's capacity. However, today, yeah, I think that he set the tone for the Cardinals.
As this is brought to the outside, it's Jeremiah Hunter. Tries to cut it back inside, but a nice gainer on that as we tick down under a minute, 46 seconds remaining. I'm going to cheat here a little bit, Coach. I'm going to say the entire Mooney defense. I kind of lean towards Rocco Zabel. Now, we haven't called his name recently since the game's been kind of out of hand, but he got this thing started. First play of the game, Gerard's on offense. He causes a turnover, comes up with the ball. Mooney scores, and he's the one that scores for Mooney.
Yeah, that's a great call.
And another run to Jeremiah Hunter, who's been a busy guy tonight. And that should be the last play of the football game, so we will wrap things up here from South Range. Cardinal Mooney is your regional champions for Division 5, Region 17, as they dominate Girard 48-14. I'm Matt Romeo with my partner Vince Tatey here, Chris Sigler along with us as well. We thank you for watching YSN, and we will see you next week for the state semifinal.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.